As the sun sets on the 2024 big league season, the stars of tomorrow shine bright in the desert night. For over 30 seasons, we have seen the likes of Aaron Judge, Mike Trout, Mookie Betts, and Bryce Harper go from Fall League standouts to MLB superstars. This year's class has the chance to shine as bright as any. One stellar fall season could put you on a meteoric rise to the show. So come stargaze with us as the best of the best from the Fall League takes center stage. It's the AFL Fall Stars game next on MLB Network. It's a beautiful night here at Sloan Park in Mesa, Arizona, as we welcome you to the 2024 Arizona Fall League Fall Stars game on MLB Network. Tonight, we are going to watch some of the best and brightest young players from around the minor leagues match up in an AL-NL game. Hello, everybody, and thank you so much for joining us alongside MLB Pipeline's Jonathan Mayo and current color commentator for the Philadelphia Phillies, former GM Ruben Amaro Jr. My name is Stephen Brault. We are delighted to have you with us. And Jonathan, the Fall League always has a ton of talent. This year, no different. 14 top 100 prospects here in this league.
No, it's always exciting. Sort of like the futures game for this game. All the great players at once. I'm a kid in a candy store every time we get to come to this. And more than anything, to me, the Arizona Fall League is one of the best kept secrets with all this kind of talent. To shine a light on it for the public is always a lot of fun.
And I know you're really looking forward to seeing Ethan Salas, the 18-year-old catcher in the Padres organization tonight.
He's really hit the reset button here. I mean, the Padres, they've gone all in the last 2 years on big international signings. He was in 2023. He rushed up to Double-A in his first full season, which is pretty much unheard of. This year was a little up and down back in High A, still the youngest player in High A. He turned 18 in June, so to see him come here and really perform, left-handed hitter, really good catch and throw, he's still very much the future behind the plate for the San Diego Padres.
And also joining him, another 18-year-old from the Padres organization, Leo Dallas DeVries. So a lot of young talent, of course, this Padres organization, but not only that, Ruben, I know you wish you could have seen the young star Adrien Pinto, who is the biggest prospect in the pitchers for the Phillies organization. Unfortunately, will not be throwing tonight, but I know another guy you're looking forward to seeing, the number 6 overall pick from this season in Jack Caglione.
Yeah, Steve, I love this kid. I mean, he's so intriguing, not just because he's a two-way player, but because of the athleticism. He's a 6'5", 250, and a super athlete. I mean, he's got a size 17 foot. This guy is a monster, but I love the way he swings the bat. He's got prodigious power. Now, he will swing out of the zone at times, but he makes contact, which is a very, very rare talent. He will get on the bump and throw 99 miles an hour even. He has not pitched this here in this fall, but we certainly expect him to do some damage as he moves forward, becoming the hitter that we think he's going to become.
A lot of power shown last night in the home run derby. Garrett Martin from the Yankees taking the victory. But as we go into tonight, we're going to see so much special baseball coming your way as we take you to first pitch, lineups coming back right after this. Don't go anywhere here on MLB Network.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and get access to over 1,300 airport lounges. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Advil liquid gels are faster and stronger than Tylenol rapid release gels. Also from Advil, Advil Targeted Relief, the only topical with 4 powerful pain-fighting ingredients that start working on contact and lasts up to 8 hours.
Customize and save with Liberty Mutual. Customize and save!
And then I wake up.
Is Limu with you in all your dreams?
Oh, yeah. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
I take caring for my kitty very seriously. When I found a health monitoring kitty litter, I had to meet the creator.
Oh, hi, kitten.
Please call me Martha. This litter seriously stops odors, and it changes colors.
Go to prettylitter.com.
We all know that we'll eventually need a will. Eventually. How about right now? Trust and Will has taken the process of creating your will and made it easy. Like while you're lounging on the couch, easy. Trust and Will is designed by attorneys, but customized by you. One question at a time. All documents are state-specific, legally valid, and start at just $199. That's not a typo. Find the plan that's right for you at trustandwill.com.
Why fit in when you can stand out? With a new Acura from Acura of Melbourne.
During the Season of Performance event, lease a new Acura MDX for just $499 a month.
Elevate your drive at Acura of Melbourne. I-95 exit 191.
Home is a warm and fuzzy feeling. Experience the comfort of home wherever you go. With the familiar, long-lasting freshness and cuddly softness of Snuggle. Snuggle, the comfort of home.
Hey kids, what do you call the NordVPN Black Friday deal? The Block Friday deal. Woo. Because you block online threats. Black Friday, Block Friday.
Get the Black Friday deal and block online threats now.
Why fit in when you can stand out? With a new Acura from Acura of Melbourne.
During the Season of Performance event, lease a new Acura MDX for just $499 a month.
Elevate your drive at Acura of Melbourne. I-95 exit 191.
I was here last year, and it was an absolute blast. Coming out here playing against all the top guys in Major League Baseball.
Bryce was a good kid, you know. I heard a lot of good stuff about him, and, you know, I haven't really met him officially till I got here.
Good time. That's brutal. You kidding me? Hey, fall ball.
The 2024 Fall Stars game here in Mesa, Arizona. It is a beautiful night. Goodness gracious. No surprise there. I guess this is why a lot of players make this their home in the offseason. Good place to get ready for the upcoming season. And I know you guys are excited to watch some baseball tonight. I mean, when you see guys this age playing baseball at this level, especially on the offensive side, it has to get you excited for the next generation.
Yeah, definitely fired up about it. I mean, there's no question that organizations are moving these players faster and faster, but it's fun to watch the talent. They're much more prepared than I once was when I came out of college. I know that. And certainly these guys are advancing in an amazing way. A lot of mature bodies here for very, very young players.
Yeah, mature bodies, and even the way they go about their business, the polish is evident. You know, I've been coming here. You saw Harper and Trout. I was here when they were here, and you've seen them over the years. They seem more and more ready to go and hit a big stage like this at an earlier age.
And so as we wait for the NL team to take the field, Derek Diamond will be starting out there today. It has been a lot of fun to watch. We're going to get you this AL starting lineup here. Alejandro Osuna from Texas will be in center. Creed Willems, the catcher from Baltimore, hitting second. Nico Cavadas from the Angels in right. Josue Briseño, who basically leads the fall league in every offensive category, will be DHing from Detroit. Jack Caglione, the big lefty, at first. From Kansas City, Trey Morgan from Tampa Bay in left field. Caleb Durbin, who leads the league in stolen bases by a lot. From the Yankees playing third, Max Ferguson, the shortstop from Boston, and then rounding out the bottom of the order, Adrien Pinto from Toronto playing second base. Let's take a look at Derek Diamond. Diamond, the Pirates prospect. You look at his AFL statistics, and he has been a special player so far.
He's been really good. The big number that stands out, or the small number that stands out, is the 2. Just 2 walks, and that's not anything new for Derek Diamond here in the fall league during the regular year. He's walked very few people. He missed more bats this year, but he's only walked 2.1 per 9 since he signed out of Ole Miss. So this is what he does. He fills up the strike zone. Whether he's a starter or a reliever, we'll have to wait and see. He's been relieving very effectively here in the bullpen.
Yeah, love to see a guy be able to throw strikes at a young age. That's the big thing that I haven't seen from some of the young players, and Diamond certainly can fill up the strike zone.
So Andy Schatzley, the National League Fall Stars manager. On the other side, Roberto Mercado. We'll talk to both of them later in this game. But we're going to get into this action immediately with Alejandro Osuna leading it off. The Texas prospect has been special so far in the fall league, especially in the walks. First in walks with 20 of them here.
No, that's exactly what you want to see out of a leadoff man, and he's got a good idea of the strike zone.
Swings at the first pitch and fouls it back. Also plays a great center field.
He's been one of the guys here that has jumped out to me, aside from the top 100 guys that everyone's excited about. I think he has a chance to help the Rangers at some point in 2025 because of that approach at the plate. He's got good bat speed. There's some juice in his bat too, but he knows he's a table setter. The speed will help him play defensively, so I think he has a chance to help them sooner rather than later.
This ball is sky to the left and foul. Played in the fall league last year. So this year everything has changed for him. You look at those stats, he's second in the league in hits with 27, and he's tied for first in runs with 22, and that's what you want in a leadoff hitter.
Yeah, and you love the fact that he's got that pedigree as well.
This ball is lined in the left center field gap. Looks like Ciani will be able to make the catch. Nice running catch there by the outfielder Sammy Ciani from the Pirates organization. A quick first out for Derek Diamond.
Yeah, the little Penn Charter product, man. I got a chance to see another Ciani who's getting closer and closer to the major leagues. His brother Michael in the big leagues now with St. Louis and doing a really nice job in center field. And nice to see Ciani get out there and get his feet wet. Nice play.
I thought it was going to be at least the third inning before Ruben mentioned his high school.
That's right.
We didn't make it that long. Batting second, Willems. He swings the first pitch and grounds it to first. An easy play over there for Jonathan Long, and 2 quick outs for Derek Diamond. Now we'll bring up Nico Cavadas, the right fielder from the Angels organization. Cavadas leads the AFL in OPS at 1.297. That's a pretty nice number.
That's pretty good even for an offensive-friendly league like this. A handful of guys who have big league experience came over from the Red Sox at the trade deadline and got his first taste of big league life soon after that.
But they're not afraid to move those players. If you've swung the bat well at any level right now, they're moving them in there in the Angels organization.
They're not afraid. So an 0-1 count now after that curveball in the zone. Second pitch up, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, the one thing the Angels will have to figure out, because Nolan Schanuel, who was their first-round pick, talk about getting up there quickly, was there in less than a year, is also a first baseman, and that's pretty much where Nico Cavadas can play.
Line drive center field and a base hit. The first hit here in the Fall Stars game. Nico Cavadas will have a 2-out single, and that will bring up Josue Briseño, which I mentioned before the game started. He is pretty much doing everything right. Obviously a number 9 prospect coming into this league in the Tigers organization, but here he has really caught the attention of a lot of people around baseball.
Yeah, again, another mature bodied left-handed hitting first baseman. This guy, and he's got a great personality. I had a chance to chat with him a little bit, but what a great, and as I said, I mean, there's some really mature body guys out there, and this is a young kid. You would think he looks like a 25-year-old, but he's just 20 years old.
Yeah, and the hit and the power could be very, very special. Believe it or not, he's a catcher. Necessarily do it. I just let the bat play its way up to the big leagues. Tyron Lorenzo was with the Tigers also, and he's more, I think, the future behind the plate for them. But he can really, really swing it in. I don't know that there's another player this fall who has done more to raise his sort of prospect profile than Josue Briseño.
Now down in the count 1-2. The AFL home run leader waits. Cavadas on first, and the pitch from Diamond is fouled off. And that's something he's done really well here. He's found ways to extend at bats, which it makes it, especially in a league like this with young pitchers, you're going to get some better pitches to hit if you prolong these at bats.
Yeah, that's something that young hitters typically do not do, but he certainly has mastered that at a pretty young age.
Foul ball. We'll take a look at these Triple Crown race here in the Fall League. Look at the average for Ciani, but Briseño right at the top of all of these categories. And Kemp got to that 22 RBIs with a grand slam. That feels like cheating. But Josue Briseño running away with the home runs.
He got Otto Kemp. He got very selfish. He decided he had to go get married. That's why he's not in the game, unfortunately.
That's down below the zone.
He did have the grand slam on his registry, though, so it's
yeah, that's nice.
That's solid.
Except you had to do it yourself, It's not usually how they work. So Derek Diamond out there trying to keep Cavadas at first base. 2 outs, runner on first, and Josue Briseño doing his best to get a good pitch to hit here. 2-2, the pitch. Line drive to left field, but Ciani is underneath it. Ciani getting some work here in the first, but a quick first inning. No score here. We'll head to the bottom of the first inning, and we'll get you those NL lineups when we come back on MLB Network.
Liberty Mutual customized my car insurance, so I saved hundreds. But the money I saved, thought I'd get a wax figure myself. Oh, right in the temporal lobe. Beat it, punks! Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
One of these lunches has a peanut lover's favorites. The other has a sunflower butter you packed for your son. You do your best to help them avoid food allergens, but accidents can still happen. Xolair is an FDA-approved injection proven to significantly reduce allergic reactions from accidental food exposures. Taken once or twice a month, it focuses on the source of food allergy reactions. For adults and children as young as 1, Xolair is effective in reducing allergic reactions to a single or multiple foods.
Don't use if you are allergic to Xolair. Xolair may cause a severe life-threatening allergic reaction called anaphylaxis. Tell your doctor if you ever had anaphylaxis. Get help right away if you have trouble breathing or if you have swelling of your throat or tongue. Xolair should not be used for the emergency treatment of allergic reactions, including anaphylaxis. Xolair is for maintenance use to reduce allergic reactions, including anaphylaxis, while avoiding food allergens. Serious side effects such as cancer, fever, muscle aches and rash, parasitic infection, or heart and circulation problems have been reported.
Help reduce your child's food allergy reactions if an accident happens. Ask an allergist about Xolair.
Soft drinks are just $1 at Wendy's. Any size, any time. 3 p.m. Dollar Fanta, 10 p.m. Sprite, 7:46 a.m. Coke. You're so free. Dollar soft drinks, any size, gotta be Wendy's.
Big news for Mahomes.
I'm switching to iPhone 16, but T-Mobile, it's built for Apple Intelligence.
That's like peanut butter on jelly on go. Get 4 iPhone 16s on us. Plus 4 lines for $25. What a deal. Y'all giving it away too fast, T-Mobile. Slow down.
Let's take a look at the National League lineup here. For the Fall Stars game, you take a look at some young talent here, especially in Salas. Sammy Ciani leading the league in batting average. Robert Hassel III showing some pop from the left side. And Zaire Hope, a 19-year-old in the Dodgers organization that has just been wonderful here in the Fall League. Another guy who's really amping up that prospect status. Jet Williams to lead it off against the pitcher Alex Santos II. Alex Santos, Houston's top choice in the supplemental second round in 2020 out of Mount St. Michael Academy in the Bronx. He'll get that fastball up to 96, a little inconsistent. Struggled in Double-A to start the season, but missed the last 4 months and has been doing pretty well here in the Fall League.
One of the strikeout leaders, thanks to that fastball, and can show a plus breaking ball at times. He's lighting up the gun here today, 98-99, this sort of one-and-done format of the All-Star game.
He's got to have his adrenaline pumping right now, facing the better hitters in this league.
That one in there, and it's 3-1. It's always interesting to see a guy who, when he's in the zone, is just lights out. But if he's missing the zone, it gives hitters kind of a chance. And there's a walk to start it. Jet Williams will be on first, and that's a lot of speed over there at first base. And up comes the catcher, 18 years old, Ethan Salas. And Jonathan, we talked about him before the game, but what do you got? What makes him so special?
It's really the whole package, Steven. A lot of times you see a young catcher and you wonder, is he going to stick behind the plate? We don't want the bat to get slowed down, or is he a glove first kind of guy? He has the chance to be a very, very good all-around catcher who does everything exceedingly well. And coming off a rough regular season in High A, but the Padres moved him very aggressively, and that's a testament to what they thought about his maturity, that he'd be able to handle it. As we look at the grades there, pitchers already love throwing to him, and he just turned 18.
There goes Williams, and a perfect hit and run there by Salas. Williams will make his way around second, and that's exactly, an overthrow here, but still fielded in the infield. So first and third, but that's the kind of mature hitting that you'll see from Salas.
Yeah, really nice piece of hitting from Salas. He gets a fastball out over the plate, and he just stays with it and drives it to that shortstop hole with Jet Williams running on the play.
Now they're first and third. They got action.
Now Thomas Saggese will come to the plate. The big leaguer with the Cardinals made his debut this year. First in on-base percentage in the fall league. Not afraid to take his walks. Does a great job of finding good pitches to hit.
He's got a chance to play a lot of baseball in St. Louis next year. I think he's going to get an opportunity to at least win that second base job next spring. He has looked very good and very polished with that advanced approach here this fall.
Yeah, with Tommy Edman sort of out of the picture now, having gotten traded, I mean, there's going to be a lot of opportunities for those folks in St. Louis. They're going sort of in a different direction across the board. So, I mean, that bodes well for any young prospect right now.
He gives me a little Tommy Edman vibe, by the way. Not the same kind of player necessarily, but you know, the Cardinals have done such a good job of finding, especially college bats, middle rounds. Maybe don't have the highest ceilings in the world, but here they are in the big leagues, you know, as everyday players or super utility types. And we'll see what Saggese ends up being, but so far this fall, he certainly looks like the kind of guy who could have a lot of valuable playing time in the big leagues next year.
That one misses just off the corner, 3-1. And we were talking about this before the game, but it makes it kind of exciting if you're a Cardinals fan. You think of Mason Winn at short and Thomas Saggese at second for a long time.
Yeah, I think I really like their shortstop. I mean, he's a unbelievable talent, and he's getting better and better every minute.
And that one catches the zone. Full count now. Nobody out. Runners on first and third. A little damage for Saggese. Looks for something to hit here. Williams on third. Salas on first. The 3-2 from Santos. Misses again, and a second walk here in this first inning will load the bases with nobody out for Jonathan Long. 6 home runs here in the fall league.
Interesting pitch selection there for Santos. Kind of struggling with his ability to throw strikes. He goes with a 3-2 breaking ball.
Well, you know, young pitchers, when they're struggling with fastball command, they think maybe they're able to land the breaking ball for a strike, or they can get someone to chase more likely.
Jonathan Long now at the plate. Bases loaded, nobody out here in the first. And a good fastball on the outside corner by Santos for strike one. Long, a lot of top 10 categories for him offensively in the fall league, including RBIs. He's tied for third in total bases. And does have 6 home runs. The 0-1. Good breaking ball, and Long can't hold up, but that's the breaking ball you're looking for.
Right. Yeah, really tight one there. Obviously in a totally different, you know, pitch count, but making some a very good breaking ball there.
Long waits. And the 0-2. That's hit high and deep out to center field. Ozuna underneath it. He's going to make the catch, and everybody's going to tag. Everybody moves up a base. Saggese follows Salas, who follows Williams. Williams comes around to score. It is now 1-0 here in the first for the National League.
Yeah, nice piece of hitting by Long, of just getting good solid contact and driving in this run. Man on third base, less than 2 outs. He gets a little breaking ball that probably caught a little bit too much of the plate here. And Long does exactly what he's supposed to do to it. Drives it into center field, picks up an RBI, and moves the runners. Center fielder probably should have thrown the second base to keep that double play in order in that situation.
So now here's your batting average leader right now, and Sammy Ciani. Ciani, a Pirates prospect who came into this league mostly known as a defensive prospect. Very good in the outfield, extremely fast, but has made some adjustments to the swing, and it's been working really well, Jonathan. It's
really been amazing to see, and you started seeing it during the regular season. He was way too steep with his bat path. I don't know if he just read too much into the launch angle. He was trying to do too much, you know, when things weren't going well. But he started, it's like his 3rd season in Greensboro this year, so he knew something wasn't working. Flattened the bat path out because he realized his game is putting the ball in play, using his speed, and playing defense. And if you can't hit, you know, the power isn't part of his profile. And by the way, there's enough thump in the bat when he does it naturally with the flatter bat path that I don't think you have to worry about. So he's gone from a guy who looked kind of like he was going to be lost after he was an over slot signee in high A to a guy who, I think, you know, maybe he's a 4th outfielder, but he could be a really valuable 4th outfielder who plays all 3 positions really well.
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping that this trend sort of continues, because there's been this launch angle, fad of every single player who doesn't. And he certainly does not a really big guy. And I think he probably learned from his brother Michael, who's, he's going through that whole process right now at the major league level.
This one's popped up to shallow left. We got a bunch of people going out to get it, but making the catch will be the shortstop. Speaking of the brother, Ruben, let's take a look at a connection that you have with the Cianis, the Philly connection.
That's right. Both went to Penn Charter, and obviously Sammy went there as well. He's got another brother, I guess, who's playing division baseball as well. But I took this shot with him when they were playing in St. Louis. Phillies were playing in St. Louis in April, and it was good to connect with Michael and to talk with Sammy today. Penn Charter boys,
yeah.
Quakers.
So now Robert Hassel III will come up to the plate. Lefty, 23 years old, swings at the first pitch and fouls it straight back. Franklin, Tennessee, played 85 games this year across high A to triple A, batted .241. But, he had a little bit of injury trouble. He hasn't been able to stay on the field for very long.
And it's been hand and wrist related, which can really sap you at the plate. And, I've known him since his high school days. And this is the Robert Hassel III that we've seen in the fall that I was hoping he would be once he got into pro ball. He's got a chance to be an impactful hitter. Loves the fastball. Struggles against the soft stuff, and he knows it. But he feels that the changes to the mental approach have allowed him to be ready for any kind of pitch.
Roll it over to second base. Pinto's got it. Easy out over at first. And so bases loaded, nobody out. Alex Santos, the second, manages to get out of it with just a run. So 1-0 National League. We'll head to the second inning here on MLB Network.
We're not going to win a game all season.
Yeah, but at least we're not going to lose a tailgate all season.
How do you lose a tailgate?
You don't?
Yes. That energy. Undefeated.
We literally can't lose.
To an undefeated season.
Undefeated season.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please.
I just wanted to remind you that Geico makes it easy to bundle your home and car insurance. In fact, it's so easy. It reminds me of a joke my mate told me. Now, a knuckleballer and a catcher walk into a bullpen, and a knuckleballer turns to the catcher. Get it? Wow, they really like that one.
It's easy to Geico, official partner of Major League Baseball.
Where are you headed?
Where am I headed? Am I just gonna take what the market gives me? No, I can do some research.
That's backed by JP Morgan's leading strategists, like us.
When you want to invest with more confidence, the answer is JP Morgan Wealth Management.
This is Poof, the fastest growing pet odor eliminator in the world. Oh! It's safe for people, pets, and the planet. Powerful enough to eliminate the stink from any organic odor. Yet it's safe enough to use on pet toys, their beds, even on them. So why waste money on any product that doesn't totally eliminate the stink? There's only one Poof, available online and at these stores. If it's not Poof, it stinks.
Get connected to all the breaking news.
The mind-blowing news.
The analysts of MLB Tonight keep you connected with all things baseball during the offseason.
I can't wait to see how it all unfolds.
MLB Tonight, Monday, 8 Eastern, only on MLB Network.
Top of the second here in Mesa, Arizona. The Fall Stars game. The National League leads it 1-0. And new pitcher here in the game. We'll get a lot of that tonight, of course. Will be Evan Justice, the lefty from the Colorado Rockies organization, who has yet to give up a run in 8 appearances in the Fall League. Actually, he's only given up 1 base runner, and it was a walk in his second outing. What has been so special? Because during the season for him, it was a bit of a struggle.
Well, and he was hurt for a lot of the 2024 season. He only 25 innings, so I think that was it more than anything else. Again, it's the strike throwing. I mean, he's been around the zone. You're going to see it's not going to be a comfortable at bat for Jack Caglione here, left on left, and I don't know that they're playing matchups in a game like this, but it's a pretty good matchup for the National League here in terms of his size and arm angle.
Jack Caglione, the #1 prospect in the Kansas City Royals organization. Number 17 in all of MLB. And Ruben, I know you like what you see in him.
Yeah, Jack Caglione, look, just a monster of a player. And the most impressive thing about him is his athleticism overall. Just a big, really big guy, but super athletic. Like the way he works around the bag. He can do a lot of things. He sort of reminds me a little bit of that Vladimir Guerrero from the left side. Vladimir Guerrero used to be able to swing at pretty much any pitch, anytime, anywhere, and make contact. And Caglione has that ability as well.
Yeah, we'll see whether that continues to be a strength for him, because in college it's one thing, in the pro game it's a little bit different, and that was the one thing that scouts had a question mark, and you nitpick guys at the top of a draft, is that he chases everything, but he hits everything.
That one misses down. Caglione is on first base with a walk, and we'll see a lot of that with him. He can be patient at times if he chooses to be, which I think we've seen in the fall league.
I think it's there, right? He sometimes guys have such a knack for being able to make contact, and Trey Morgan, who's up here, a different player but also similar, that it can be a detriment, because they can swing at everything and be successful at a certain level, but at a certain point in time it's not going to work once you get to the big leagues.
Yeah, there's no question about it. I mean, the ball skills are there, but again, if you're swinging at pitches that are out when they are strikes.
So 0-1 on Morgan. Trey Morgan from the Rays organization, an interesting character in that he was drafted as almost a defensive first baseman, obviously also the contact hitting tool, but not a power guy, and here in the fall league exclusively has been playing left field. 0-1, sorry, 1-1, now it's 2-1.
Well, one of the things that the Rays have a little bit of a conundrum. It's a good problem to have, but they have Xavier Isaac in their system, one of the more promising power hitting first baseman, and they have Trey Morgan, and both of them have been getting some reps in the outfield here. I think they just want to make sure that they have some flexibility. But yes, Trey Morgan is a potential Gold Glover at first base, so it seems almost silly to have him in left field, but you need to make space for everyone.
That one pops out of Salas's glove, and Salas has caught a ton of innings this season, and for him, defense is something he takes a lot of pride in. So something like that happens, he's not very happy.
Yeah, that's something that obviously making sure that you secure the baseball is probably the most important part. Receive the baseball properly, and I know that he's a special talent and a young player, but that's something he'll continue to work on.
So Evan Justice has now eclipsed the amount of base runners he's given up his entire time in the fall league, starting off here with 2 walks against the 2 lefties, and that will bring up the third baseman Caleb Durbin, who is just running all over the place. He will not stop. He has 23 stolen bases. The record in the fall league for a single season is 24. He had 21 as well last year, and that's the all-time record. This one's in the gap. Durbin is going to have himself a double. Caglione, Morgan trying to catch Caglione right behind him, and they're both going to score within a second. A 2 RBI double for Caleb Durbin. And that's just something you don't see very often. Morgan catching up to Caglione. Good base running there.
Actually was perfect base running with the ball in the air with nobody out. In that situation, you look to tag if you're Caglione at second base. His ball's hit to the right side. Nice job of hitting here by Durbin. Try to move the runners. He flips it into right center field. Now Caglione, his first reaction should be to go tag up in case it's caught. And Morgan did a nice job of reading that ball, and they ended up both scoring. Nice job by both those guys.
So now the lefty Max Ferguson from the Red Sox organization will take ball 1. Jacksonville, Florida, originally drafted by San Diego and was traded over to Boston in the Eric Hosmer trade in August of 22. And he's another guy, plus speed, 61 stolen bases in 2022. 1-0. Justice misses outside again, and the command here for Justice just not what we've seen so far in the fall league.
No, as I said, that's been the standout thing for him so far this fall. Evan Justice probably would have spent a good amount of the time in the big leagues had he not been hurt this year, but he's trouble finding the zone here.
Wow. And there goes Durbin, and I'll tell you what, that is what you see from Caleb Durbin. Of course, he is fast. You have to be fast. But he is so good at reading pitchers and getting stupidly good jumps. Look at this. He's already running before the ball's even thrown.
Yeah, super job by Caleb. He actually read Justice's move. I mean, that's, you know, sometimes third base is easier to steal than second base, because if the guy's giving you a certain pattern, and he certainly picked that up, and he got a tremendous jump. No chance for Salas.
And the amazing thing with Durbin, he is not a burner. You know, he's maybe like a 55, like above average of pure foot speed, but he's so aggressive. He gets such good reads that he's been able to run pretty much at will here this fall.
Third walk of the inning by Justice. Now runners will be on first and third. That'll bring up the 9-hitter for the AL and Adrien Pinto. And Max Ferguson, another thing he is known for, that patience at the plate, which can really come in handy for a guy who's got a ton of speed.
Yeah, that's what you want. I mean, he's hitting the bottom of the lineup here, but you know, table setter or helps sort of flip the lineup over here. And we'll see if the American League has a play on here with first and third. You got good speed, good base runners at the corners.
You never know. Maybe a little safety squeeze type action.
Good fun. Double steal, maybe.
So Adrien Pinto at the plate. Ferguson on first, Durbin on third. Justice delivers. Inside, ball one. Pinto. And he's getting looks all over the field. He is a true utility player, but you've seen him mostly here at second base and center field.
And I think those are the two places he has a chance to play. You know, the speed really stands out. Obviously, you know, kind of undersized guy, but he has the ability to impact the ball, and he can get on base and use that speed to his advantage.
2-0 here. Pinto waits. The pitch. Line drive to left field. Way back it goes. Home run, Adrien Pinto. A no-doubt 3-run bomb. And the AL surges back here in the second to take a 5-1 lead. Adrien Pinto says, yeah, I'm a contact hitter, but I got some pop too.
Yeah, no, he got all over this pitch, and Justice obviously really struggling to throw strikes. He grooves a fastball here, and Pinto takes a nice short stroke to it, and he powers this ball out to left. It was out immediately off the bat.
Pinto more walks than strikeouts in his minor league career, so you know he does a good job of finding good pitches to hit, and he got one there, Ruben.
Yeah, he sure did, and this is a fastball that just stays in the middle of the zone. Actually, he sort of pulled that a little bit. Short stroke to it, just drops the head. It was way back.
Now back to the top of the order, still nobody out. 5 runs here in the second for the American League team. And Alejandro Ozuna back at the plate. He flew out to left his first time up. And Justice looking for his first out. And he'll get it here. A chopper over to first. Long will take it himself. And a good job of coming back. Let's take another look at that home run. Pinto not a big guy, but as we saw in batting practice, he is able to drive the ball.
He certainly did that there.
I mean, anytime you can barrel the baseball, I mean, the ball will go. You just don't have to. You don't necessarily have to create the launch angle. You can be short to the. You can be short to the swing, which is what he was. And you know, you let the pitcher provide some of the velocity for you.
Creed Willems swings at the first pitch and grounds it to second. JC, easy flip over to first. So after 5 runs score with no outs, now 2 easy ground balls. And it's funny because this is the Evan Justice we have seen, getting in on the hands, making it uncomfortable for the left-handed hitters.
Yeah, weak ground ball contact. He's not going to throw the ball by people very often. So, you know, kudos to him for sort of refinding it here in the middle of what's been a long inning.
Yeah, it's been a tough reset. I mean, but the fact that he's still battling out there, he's tremendously funky. I mean, the arm angle, the way he hides the baseball pretty well. Has it, you know, so left-handers in particular are going to have a tough time with him. It's interesting that he's pitching on the third base side of the rubber. I'd love to see him be on the first base side and make it even more deceptive for the left-hander, but he probably feels comfortable being able to throw strikes from there.
That one misses inside. You know, Ruben, I actually pitched from the first base side because I liked having some room for my sinker to run into lefties. And so I understand it, because that pitch right there, I think, isn't as effective if it starts in off the plate.
Yep, and that does make sense. Some guys have, their different repertoires will lead them to, move on the rubber. You see him on the third base side there.
2-2, swing and a miss. So Evan Justice comes back, gives up 5 runs, but then 3 quick outs, and Adrien Pinto leaves the yard out and left. A 5-run second inning on the back of Adrien Pinto's line shot. It is 5-1 American League.
Laundry call. Let's dig deep, people.
Stench drenched. Soaked through. Caked on deep. Everyday dirt and stink lingers deeper than you think. Now clean deep with new Arm & Hammer Deep Clean Laundry Detergent. Our most powerful formula yet penetrates deep into fibers and gets to the bottom of odor and mess. Arm & Hammer Deep Clean. More power to you.
Feel the power of Osteo Biflex. Taken every day, it's clinically shown to improve joint comfort in 7 days with significant improvement over time.
Why fit in when you can stand out? With a new Acura from Acura of Melbourne.
During the Season of Performance event, lease a new Acura MDX for just $499 a month.
Elevate your drive at Acura of Melbourne. I-95 exit 191.
Is your car's plastic trim faded and milky? Don't worry. Cerakote's ceramic trim coat restores oxidized trim effortlessly. Just wipe it on. It's guaranteed for 200 washes. Even dust won't stick to it. Keep your car looking professional. Selling your oxidized, faded trim car? Detailed cars sell for way more than faded cars. Read the thousands of 5-star reviews for yourself.
Buy any of Cerakote's #1 selling ceramic products for under $20 at these leading retailers today.
Why fit in when you can stand out? With a new Acura from Acura of Melbourne.
During the Season of Performance event, lease a new Acura MDX for just $499 a month.
Elevate your drive at Acura of Melbourne. I-95 exit 191.
A 5-run top of the second for the American League, and that will bring in the new pitcher Grant Taylor, pitching for the Glendale Desert Dogs here in Alabama from the Chicago White Sox. And he has been a special pitcher throughout this season in rookie and low A, a 2.33 ERA, but that season for him.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of been his story so far. He was part of the LSU staff that won the national championship in 2023, but he missed that year. He had Tommy John and a lat strain this year. Pure stuff-wise, he may be one of the most exciting pitchers here this fall. We're talking mid-90s fastball. He's got a good cutter. He's got a slider. He just doesn't command it, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that he hasn't spent enough time on the mound working on his craft.
Yeah, you got to give the White Sox some credit for drafting him so high. I mean, second rounder after having, going through Tommy John, and that was unfortunate for him, but gutsy call by the White Sox.
That 2023 draft for LSU, 13 players selected, including Paul Skeens, of course, a guy I got to follow a lot this year with the Pirates. But I mean, look at those names. Dylan Cruz as well, already in the major leagues. A lot of special talent coming out of that school.
Trey Morgan's here, so it's obviously a well-storied program, but that is a special draft.
So at the plate in a 2-2 count is Gino Groover. Arizona Diamondbacks prospect, hit a 468-foot home run earlier this fall, and it was an absolute bomb. Has solid power to the pull side, especially hitting .370 in the fall league. And he'll bounce around the infield a little bit, mostly third base, but he'll play first and second as well.
Well, Ruben and I got a chance to talk to him around the cage during BP, and he feels that that's where he's most comfortable, mostly because that's where he's gotten the most reps, but he's played kind of everywhere.
Chop to third. Durbin's going to have a play over to first, and a nice play over there at first by Caglione. A quick first out. Grant Taylor, a guy who's going to get that velocity, sometimes even up into the high 90s, and clocked as high as 98.9 miles an hour. I can't believe the scouting report doesn't give you 99 or 98.
Round up.
We'll round up there. Romeo Sanabria takes a first pitch strike in there. Big lefty from the Padres organization.
He's kind of one of these under the radar guys. He's hit everywhere he's gone. You know, worked his way onto our Padres top 30 as a result.
Swing and a miss there, 0-2. And it's always nice when you have a guy who just looks relaxed at the plate. He looks comfortable no matter the situation. 0-2. Line drive into right center field, and that's going to get in the gap. Sanabria around first. That ball is going to get all the way to the wall. So Sanabria will cruise easily into the second base. A double with one out here for Sanabria will bring up Zaire Hope.
Yeah, Sanabria does a really nice job of picking on like a pitch that another 0-2 pitch that's basically right down the middle, and he shortened up his swing quite a bit. He does have a pretty big leg kick, but he did shorten his hands, had a nice short stroke to it, picked up an extra base hit.
You like to see taking advantage of a 2-strike 0-2 fastball, but right down the middle, that he's not trying to do too much swinging underneath that, especially with the carry that Taylor has. So now Zaire Hope, the 19-year-old from the Dodgers organization. First pitch on the outside corner for strike one. Hope hitting 260. Those numbers I don't think really do justice to how well he was doing at the beginning of this fall league. It's been a slow few weeks since.
Yeah, he's so young. There's so many tools here.
Laser right there in the stands.
Yeah, the first part of the fall league season, he's probably the most exciting hitter here. And then he's cooled off a little bit after a long season. Young teenage hitter who's still an A-ball.
Missed about 3 months this season with a stress fracture in his rib. That one misses Sloan away. Knocked down by Willems. Sanabria stays on second. But Ruben, if you've got a stress fracture in your rib, that seems like it'd be hard to come back from when you're swinging. You're pulling that through the zone.
Yeah, really difficult to really do anything athletic. I've had a rib cage pull, and I can't imagine having a fracture. And obviously, those types of injuries do take some time to have people come back and then feel confident with the ability to swing aggressively, especially when you're facing high velocity, as most guys are now.
Well, he did manage to be aggressive with a 470-foot homer, almost good as this one.
Oh, hey, that's me.
That is you. Stephen Brawl, 440 feet. I thought you were a pitcher.
That was the best I have ever and will ever hit a baseball, and I have no problem saying that because it happened in the big leagues.
It did happen in the big leagues. I heard Zaire Hope was trying to mirror his swing after yours.
That's definitely what he said.
I will say that when I was scouting there with the Mets there that one year in 2019, the one thing I did have in my scouting report, you handled the bat extremely well.
See, I want to finish that because you went through the scouting report, and the only 3 things it said were that I was a good defender, I was a pretty solid hitter, and I played the game well. There was nothing about my actual
No, you had a
pitching.
solid, you had a plus slider, athletic.
And that one right on the corner. Zaire Hope can't pull the trigger. Strikeout for Grant Taylor. First strikeout here. And that will bring up the top of the order and Jet Williams. Good pitch there from Taylor.
Yeah, fastball down the middle, and I think he was probably looking for the local. He got the express and froze him. Nice job.
Hit that fastball with that carry at the bottom of the zone. I mean, you can freeze a lot of people. Half swing and a miss by Williams. It's 0-1. There's the cutter. Pitch that maybe you think you aren't going to swing at and then realize you kind of have to.
I think we're seeing here from Grant Taylor, like, what it can look like if he's around the zone. He can be very effective.
This one misses down. Jet Williams, the number 2 prospect in the Mets organization, number 52 overall in baseball. Passed through 3 levels in 23, got up to Double-A. does a great job of being patient, doesn't expand the strike zone much. This is popped up to the right side, and it's 1-2.
He's got some thump. We saw Adrien Pinto, sort of undersized package with a little juice in the bat. I think Jet Williams has a chance to impact the baseball as well, but runs well. Shortstop, center fielder, plays both pretty well.
Sanabria on second with the double, 2 outs. Grant Taylor pitching, and he will step off here as Sanabria bouncing off second base a little bit.
It looked like he had that pattern working, and nice job of holding him and stepping off.
This one bounces in there, 2-2. I've watched Jet Williams a lot in this league, and I think he's just one of those guys that you believe in because of his consistency. He has a good approach, he plays good defense, and he does it every day.
Yeah, there's certain trust players that managers like to have on their field, and he's one of those guys that you can sort of trust that he's going to run the bases well, he's going to make the right decisions on the field and handle the bat a little bit.
He just needs some reps. He missed a bunch of time because he had surgery on his right wrist this year, sort of derailed his progress.
Chopper to third. Durbin's going to take it and tag Sanabria. The little slide underneath. We're all having fun here. We're going to be interviewing the manager, Shatsley, from the Angels organization when we come back. 5-1, American League leads it.
The 3 for Me, only at Chili's, is now available with the all-new Big Smasher Burger, piled up high with nearly half a pound of beef. Or you could settle for just some other burger at a drive-thru. Anyway, gonna need some room, because the 3 for Me still fills up the table with the bottomless drink, all the famous Chili's chips and salsa you can eat, and is still the best deal around at just $10.99. See you later, tiny drive-thru burger. This Chili's 3 for Me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
And Doug.
Whoa, Limu, we're in a parade. Everyone, customize and save hundreds on car insurance with Liberty Mutual. Customize and save.
And then I wake up.
And you have this dream every night?
Yeah, every night.
I see.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and get access to over 1,300 airport lounges. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
We're not going to win a game all season.
Yeah, but at least we're not going to lose a tailgate all season.
How do you lose a tailgate?
You don't?
Yes, that energy. Undefeated.
We literally can't lose.
To an undefeated season.
Undefeated season.
Feel the power of Osteo Biflex. Taken every day, it's clinically shown to improve joint comfort in 7 days with significant improvement over time.
Top of the third inning, and we're going to have a conversation with LA manager Andy Shatsley, manager in the Los Angeles Angels system. Rocket City Trash Pandas the last 3 seasons, and here in the Fall League, first time to be able to manage, even though he's with an American League team, the National League team here in the Fall Stars game. Andy, thank you so much for joining us. How's it going out there? How are you enjoying yourself?
It's been awesome. It's been great, unique experience. Maybe the first acting American League skipper to manage the National League side, but It's been great. Awesome atmosphere tonight. Really unique and special opportunity for the players, and unique and special opportunity for the staff also.
So we'll just start off with this. You've seen a lot of players obviously come through your organization, but a player that you have managed this year on the Solar Sox that maybe has really impressed you or surprised you in some way, who have you really noticed?
You hate to name names, and the only reason I'm naming one is because you guys put me on the spot. I'll talk about our guys first. David Mershon, who's with us with the Angels, what he did being drafted this year, Nico Cavadas, the attitude he's approached everything after having coming off an injury. Those guys have been great. The one thing that sticks out for a non-Angel, since that was the question that you asked, is the baseball IQ of Trey Morgan. The hit tool is as advertised, maybe better. the infectious personality. I think those would be the first two things that really stand out about Trey, and I think both of those things, because of how large both of those attributes are, he doesn't get enough credit for how smart of a player he is. And I'm saying that as he's hitting, that was not scripted, but he is as good of a manager of an at-bat as what we have on our roster, and is just kind of a savant at telling you what is about to happen before it happens, and just really, really impressed with the maturity of the at-bat and the consistency with which he does it.
Well, Trey Morgan here right in back of Jack Caglianone's double. Andy, I wanted to ask you mentioned David Mershon is one of the few 2024 draftees that are here and working in the Angels organization. You don't get to see your draft picks for very long. What kind of challenge is it for you for guys to get, they've zoomed through the system and up to the big leagues?
Yeah, that's up to them. And if we do our job right, we don't see it for very long. But we've been our player development department, our player evaluation and the scouting department have done an unbelievable job. Everything starts at the top of Perry, and the vision that he sets for all of us. And then Joey Pravinsky is the most detailed, process-based elite leader that I've ever been around. And so when you combine both of those things, the thoroughness with which Perry does his job and the detailed and preparedness of Joey, it allows guys to hopefully develop at the fastest rate possible. And when you combine that with drafting really, really good players, they make all of us look smarter. So when talk about the combination of athletic ability and baseball savvy that a guy like Zach Neto and Logan O'Hoppe and Ben Joyce and those guys have, it allows Perry to be aggressive, and we're just now starting to see the start of that, and looking really, really forward to what's next.
And you've got a ton of games under your belt as a skipper now. What has been some of the toughest things you've had to deal with, and some of the most gratifying things? The most gratifying thing is the same, regardless of what level that you're at. It's just getting a chance to be a part of somebody else's story, watching people get rewarded for their work, both players and staff, seeing staff members get rewarded, seeing players get rewarded. It's the same feeling no matter where you're at, and so that's the most special part of it. But I would say the difficult part of it, it's a layered question and a good one. Whenever you see people that are talented enough to achieve their goals and aspirations, and that the person that they are and the processes and the consistency with which that they complete and execute those, because of how tight the margins are here, that's not always enough. And so when you see guys come up short, and they're doing the right things, and they're doing the right things with the right frequency, and having to try to help those guys stay committed to what they're doing, and seeing them get visibly frustrated, that's probably the most difficult part. It's a two-sided coin. Anything that's also a blessing is a curse, so you can't have a reward with the other one. The best part is seeing guys get rewarded, and the toughest part is when you see really good people that are really, really hard workers, have to take the other side of that.
Andy, one more question here. You've talked about in a few interviews how you think that each year, but even each month or sometimes each week, can have a personality or a life cycle of its own. And I'm just wondering how you navigate that as a manager throughout a season with these young players who are coming and going quickly through that Angels organization.
I think a lot of it starts with the vision at the top, like what I said before. It's a very, very, very clear vision and purpose from Perry, and a very, very, very clear vision and purpose from Joey Pravinsky, our farm director. And so when those guys set out what we're trying to do, the details with which you try to achieve that goal, as long as you're following the commander's intent, is without that clarity, it would be much more difficult. So understanding what the vision is from the top, knowing where our freedom lies to go and execute that vision, and then you just got to have really, really good people around you where you can adapt and match the strategy to the situation.
Well, awesome. Thank you so much for joining us, Andy. We really appreciate it, and congratulations on being named one of the managers here in the Fall Stars game. Hope you have a lot of fun, and best of luck today.
I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for the time.
That's Andy Schatzley, manager for the Rocket City Trash Pandas, which I think is one of the funniest names in all of Minor League
It's absolutely
baseball.
fantastic.
We got the Biscuits. That's also a good one. This is a line drive up the middle, and a nice play Great leaping grab by Jet Williams from the Mets organization. That'll put away Max Ferguson and end the inning. So no runs come across the score here. Caglione with a double, Trey Morgan with a walk. No runs score. 5-1 American League. We will go to the bottom of the third inning here on MLB Network.
Delivering great customer service in the clutch is critical. Now, let's field some questions.
We can bundle both your boat and RV insurance.
I'm gonna turn this up a notch.
We can help protect your cars, home, boat, RV.
He's unflappable. Is the sun in your eyes?
That's right. We can bundle your car and home.
That's right. Even renter's insurance.
Nice, Mark.
Excellent focus.
It's Kenny's birthday today.
Help with special events like weddings.
Great job. Way to keep your eye on the... Ow, Glenn.
Sorry.
For savings and service, get more with Geico.
Want your car's paint to look like this? Well, now it can with Cerakote's #1 selling rapid ceramic paint sealant. Seal and protect your paint with unbelievable gloss, shine, and slickness in less than 30 minutes. Simply spray it up. Included microfiber towels. Look at the rich gloss with endless depth and mirror-like shine.
You can hear it. This side over here has clearly been treated, just rolls right off. This side, not so much.
This is very nice. And it took you how long to apply it? Like 10 minutes? And then it just sets? Wow, and it looks much healthier too. That's very nice.
Look at the difference with Cerakote's true hydrophobic ceramic technology. Water just blows right off. The level of gloss and slickness is unbelievable with over 40,000. Easiest to apply paint sealant you have ever used. Buy any of Cerakote's ceramic products for under $20 today.
2024 was a season to remember.
Amazing!
See which historic performances are recognized when the BBWAA Awards finalists are revealed. Monday at 6 Eastern, exclusively on MLB Network.
Catch live November baseball on MLB Network with the Arizona Fall League Championship game. Watch baseball's hottest prospects duel for the Desert Crown next Saturday at 8 Eastern on MLB Network. New pitcher in Luinder Avila. And Ethan Salas back at the plate. See Avila's numbers here, a 3.07 ERA in the Fall League. 14.2 innings. Not many guys with that many innings here.
Been able to get out there, miss a lot of bats. Talking a fastball that's been up north of 98 miles an hour. High spin breaking ball as well. If he's around the zone, he's tough to hit.
I feel like we say that about a lot of the guys in this league, and that's some youth and some just the way that organizations are looking at players now. As an ex-GM, you know, I'm curious, Ruben, when you see all these guys that are high stuff guys, maybe high risk, high reward, is that what you kind of see as a trend here in baseball?
Well, there's no question about it that the velocity is it has been, you know, the most important thing for most organizations, velocity and spin. I would like to see more teams work on deliveries and make sure that these guys are throwing consistent strikes. I think one of the issues that you're seeing is there's so many injuries that are happening because they're, you know, concentrating more on velocity and spin rather than working on the ability to carve up the strike zone, and that's when you have your best success.
Full count here on Salas. Avila, they've noticed his durability, and he's grown. He's thrown over 300 innings over the last 3 years. This one misses low and in. Checks down to first, but no swing. We'll take a look at the umpires right now. Home plate, we have Tyler Jones at first, Dexter Kelly at second, Austin Jones, and at third, James Jean. And, you know, we've seen, I've gotten to meet a lot of the umpires here in the Fall League, and it's a lot of minor league umpires getting some extra work and learning this four-person umpiring crew. Salas takes the bag down to second base, and the new catcher, Carter Jensen, can't even get a throw off as he bobbles it. And Salas showing that he can do a lot.
Yeah, you know, it's a very athletic catcher. Sorry, Ruben. You know, just I don't know that you're going to see him steal a ton of bags as he moves forward, but taking advantage of the slow delivery there.
Yeah, really slow delivery. You're right about that. And anytime you can get that extra 90 feet, I mean, that's a tone that I think the organization, the San Diego Padres, are sort of setting. And I think that's, you saw them play like that during the course of the season last year. Totally different mindset that Mike Schilt, who's now been extended over there in San Diego, is sort of setting over there. And we saw it happen here with Salas.
Man, 2 more years for Schilt there, and it seems like a great fit for that Padres team. And I just love the idea of always being the aggressor, making the defense have to make plays, and Salas showing that there. 3-0 now on Thomas Ajayci, the Cardinals major leaguer, and he takes ball 4. So a quick 4-pitch walk. It's first and second, and nobody out. Bit of a jam here for Avila. That will bring up Jonathan Long, first baseman from Chicago. We were seeing the fastball velocity. Now you just want to see it consistently in the zone. And I'm just wondering, how you think that you can do that. Does that just take time, or is that work that needs to be done? Double steal attempt. Salas makes a read. Jensen overthrows third. Morgan's going to make the play, but he's not going to have a chance to throw out Salas, who will take home. And that's the second run here for the National League. It's 5-2.
Yeah, Salas again showing his baseball savvy. Again, seeing the read from Avila, and he's really not paying attention to him at second base. He knows he's struggling to throw strikes and gets a monster jump, and that ball should have probably been eaten by the catcher. Jensen probably should have held this, and
right.
There's no reason for him to make this throw when he didn't really have a chance at him.
And so JC was running with the pitch as well, so he moved up to second base.
Yeah, as far as your question, Steven, I think with guys like this in Avila, I think he's a long levered guy. I always believe that those guys who are taller, they take a little bit more time to really get their bodies in the right position consistently to be able to throw consistent strikes. Yes, you want to have real, tall guys, lanky guys with long levers, because it becomes deceptive to the hitter. That said, it does take some time for those guys to be able to hone their athleticism, to be able to consistently, get their bodies in the right position to make their pitches.
1-2. This bounces off the foot of Jensen. So JC to third, kind of fakes he's going to go home, but he'll stay there. Let's take a look at that delivery from Avila. Like you said, long levers, and so timing it all up consistently has to be really difficult. And this may be a bit of an extreme example, but a guy that I played with, that I watched go through this and now has been very successful at it, is Tyler Glass now. Just learning your body takes a while for guys who are really big and tall. Chopper to third. Durbin is going to make a weird play out the lip of the grass there. He'll make the out over at first, but JC will score. The RBI ground out for Jonathan Long, and it's 5-3.
A couple of good at-bats from Jonathan Long as far as situation is concerned. His first at-bat hits a sacrifice fly to center field, man on third base, less than 2 outs. And then he makes contact and drives in this run with man on third, less than 2 outs. So the ground ball to third.
Now Sammy Siani, batting average leader here in the Fall League, but don't take away, we talked about that kind of surprising power. 5th in the AFL in slugging percentage.
He's got a bunch of extra base hits. Obviously the speed can help him take extra bases, but one of the things that he has learned is that he doesn't need to sell out for power. He doesn't need the launch angle to impact the baseball, and the flatter path has led to more consistent contact and better overall results, which have included his ability to drive the ball.
He's had a few 4-hit games in the Fall League. He's also had a grand slam. 2-1. Vila gets it off the end of the bat. Siani kind of fumbles with it from his knees over to first, and just not in time. That's the speed coming into play right there. An infield single would have been a really tough play, athletic play from Avila, but Siani's on first with a single.
He almost recovered on this play. I mean, if we get a chance to see it, yes, we're going to see it again. Ball's hit off the end of the bat. Siani can really run, and he gets down the line quite quickly. And after this ball was bobbled, I didn't think he had a shot at him, but Avila pounced on it after the bobble and almost got him with a good throw.
So Siani on first, more speed there. Something we've been saying a lot in the Fall League is just there's always speed on the bases. First pitch swinging from Robert Hassel, the third in the left field gap and all the way to the wall. Siani is going to race around the bases. He's going to come around to score. And Robert Hassel III does not wait. Gets a good pitch to hit on the outside corner. And that power to the opposite field, that's a great sign for him.
Well, and that's been one of his calling cards throughout his minor league career. Even when he's been struggling, he can drive the ball the other way as well as most young hitters. He likes going that way. One of the things he's actually been working on is his ability to make contact out front more, so he can drive the ball to his pull side. But he is certainly not afraid when a ball is on the outer half for him to do what he did just there and do damage that way.
Yeah, what I really liked about that swinging is it was super handsy. I mean, he just kind of flicked his hands to the ball, and that's the kind of thing that I like out of hitters. Instead of using the arms and trying to drive and lift the baseball, when you're using your hands consistently, I think that's a really good sign.
So now at the plate, Gino Groover, and this is a brand new ball game. It's 5-1 at the beginning of this inning. Now 5-4 here in the bottom of the third. Let's take another look at that swing from Robert Hassel III. You just see the way he's able to get himself into a good position and just throw those hands, Ruben.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And it sort of reminded me a little bit of a Chase Utley. And he had one of the best pairs of hands I've seen. And any of those handsy hitters, I mean, they really can impact the baseball. You don't necessarily have to wind up and get all your leverage to hit. Sometimes that's all it takes.
And I think he's always been that kind of hitter, Ruben. He had a lot of hand and wrist and thumb issues, and I think maybe now we're seeing him fully healthy, where he's not thinking about it and he's not bothered by it. This is his third go round in the fall league, and he did not produce all that much previously, and I think he just wasn't right. And given his approach and what he does hitting wise, he needs to be able to not worry about those hands bothering him.
Yeah, a little bit of the forgotten man in that one trade for Juan Soto, but this is a guy who's got some talent, some ability, and I talked to him a little bit before the game, and he's really excited about the opportunity he's gotten there in Washington. He loved being in San Diego and in that organization, but he's really taken to it. He is an East Coast guy, so he's pretty happy about being with the Nationals.
Well, he played with James Wood, who's in the big leagues. Played with Dylan Cruz, who's in the big leagues. So he's chomping at the bit. He's like, I'm ready to join those two guys up there.
Not a bad crew to be a part of. Now Romeo Sanabria at the plate. He doubled his first time up. Got an 0-2 fastball and did not miss it. Crushed it into that right center field gap. Runners on first and second, one out. Another hard hit ball out to center field, but this one's going to hang up. Ozuna underneath it, and a tag by Robert Hassel III. A good throw, good decision, as you said, Ruben, earlier, to have that throw come into second base and keep that runner at first.
Yeah, he did some learning on the fly there. There's no chance of being able to throw this guy Hassel out at third base, and he chose the right path here and goes to second base to keep the guy on first base from going into scoring position.
So now runners on first and third for Zaire Hope. He struck out looking his first time up. This one misses high and away. Avila waits. The pitch. Swung on and missed. 1-1. Everybody has different descriptor words. One of my personal favorites in a research packet we have, a twitchy athlete. Very high athleticism here from Zaire Hope. But not only that, he goes from twitchy, but he's also got a really smooth left-handed swing.
It is a really nice swing. It's going to generate more and more power as he continues to move up the ladder. And he's a physically mature kid, but he's still a teenager, right? So there's a lot more strength that he could add potentially. I mean, if you told me that he's going to have plus in-game power when all said and done, I'd believe it.
I mean, he's 19 years old playing in Arizona Fall League against some of the better prospects in the game.
A good breaking ball there from Avila, and Hope goes down swinging. but not before the National League manages to get threes. So we'll go to the fourth inning. American leads it 5-4.
Y'all see this? Patrick Mahomes is saying goodbye. People was tripping.
Where are you going?
He was actually saying goodbye to his old phone.
I'm switching to the amazing new iPhone 16 for T-Mobile.
It's the first iPhone built for Apple Intelligence. That's like peanut butter on jelly on gold. Get 4 iPhone 16s on us. Plus 4 lines for $25. And save on every plan versus the other big guys. What a deal. That's a lot if you ask me. If y'all giving it away too fast, T-Mobile, slow down.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we start by getting to know each other so I can learn about your family, lifestyle, goals and needs, allowing us to tailor your portfolio.
What about commission-based products?
We don't sell those. We're a fiduciary obligated to act in your best interests.
So how do your management fees work?
We have a transparent fee structured so we do better when you do better. At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different.
You've earned this, so hold it up high. Because it's the things you make that show what you're made of. You are a fighter, and this is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
This is Poof, the fastest growing pet odor eliminator in the world. Oh! It's safe for people, pets, and the planet. Powerful enough to eliminate the stink from any organic odor. Yet it's safe enough to use on pet toys, their beds, even on them. So why waste money on any product that doesn't totally eliminate the stink? There's only one, Poof, available online and at these stores. If it's not Poof, it stinks.
Pitch Hit and Run is the free official MLB skills competition for baseball and softball players ages 7 to 14. Host a local competition in 2025 and give the kids a chance to make the national finals at the 2025 World Series. Visit pitchhitrun.com for more details. Play Ball is a global youth initiative to highlight accessibility of our great game. To learn more, including how to find a league near you, visit playball.org and follow @playball on social media. Eric Swan back out there for his second inning of work, something that I think surprises all of us.
Shocked.
Adrien Pinto will lead it off.
Often, that's for sure.
Yeah, just don't expect it, especially with all the pitchers on these lineups, but hey, good for him. First pitch misses outside the zone. It's 1-0. Pinto, the 3-run home run, his first time up. Right now, the difference in this game, 5-4, the American leads it. Swan, 6.54 ERA this season, but that's a ground ball to third. All the way across the diamond. Nice jumping snag over there at first. And put out by Jonathan Long for the first out. They'll bring up the top of the order and Alejandro Ozuna. Good throw from Groover, but a better play over there at first from Long.
And Groover, that's third base is the place that he wants to play. He feels most comfortable there, and the throw took Long a little bit off the. May not have had to actually come off the bag, but he wanted to make sure and knew he could get the tag down.
Yeah, had enough time to be able to do that.
In 8.2 innings in the Fall League this year, Eric Swan has 14 strikeouts and only 1 walk. This ball is hammered out to right field. Back to the track, the wall, and a catch there at the wall. Ozuna threw his hands up like he knew it was gone. Unfortunately, out there in right field, Zaire Hope, a nice athletic play, making the leaping grab there.
Yeah, I think he thought he got this one. I think he may have gotten it off the end of the bat just enough. I think he was posing a little too early.
Yeah, he posed for a half a second, and he's like, wait, I better get running, and no wind blowing out to right here, and actually died before it got to the wall.
Yeah, a little bit more crisp here in the evenings of late out here in Mesa. Nice job, I hope, finding the ball. That's ball, wall, ball, making the play.
1-1 now on the new catcher, Carter Jensen. Jensen, the number 5 prospect in the Royals organization. And Swan falls behind 2-1.
That's one of the sort of standout features of this fall league, I think, is the catching prospects. We've talked obviously a lot about Ethan Salas, Moises Ballesteros behind the plate, really talented catcher, and Carter Jensen has a chance to be a really special all-around catcher.
And we will come back. We will interview the National League manager, or American League manager, Roberto Mercado, when we come back.
Soft drinks are just $1 at Wendy's. Any size, any time. 3 p.m. Dollar Fanta. 10 p.m. Sprite. 7:46 a.m. Coke. You're so free. Dollar soft drinks, any size, gotta be Wendy's.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and get access to over 1,300 airport lounges. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Advil liquid gels are faster and stronger than Tylenol rapid release gels. Also from Advil, Advil Targeted Relief, the only topical with 4 powerful pain-fighting ingredients that start working on contact and lasts up to 8 hours.
Hey, Flo. Cool leg warmers.
Thanks. They're just for the bus ride to work. They're not part of the official uniform.
No tunes today?
No. My apartment was robbed last night. Took my cable-ready TV, VCR, portable cassette player.
Yep, all the latest tech.
If only Progressive had renter's insurance, like their home insurance.
Then we could bundle our cars and get the same 24/7 protection. I think we just invented that. This is the best day ever.
Well, I still got robbed.
It's still a pretty good day.
The Black Friday sales event is here, and your local Ford dealer is holiday ready with offers sure to bring you joy. There's new inventory arriving daily. And now, for a limited time, get big cash back on select Ford vehicles, like $1,000 cash back on Ford Maverick, $3,000 on Bronco, and $6,000 on Expedition. Get holiday ready. The Black Friday sales event ends soon. Don't miss 3.9 for $60 plus $10,130 in total savings on Ford F-150.
Bottom of the 4th inning, and we are with AL manager Roberto Mercado, manager in the Baltimore Orioles system, was manager for the Aberdeen Ironbirds, and this year the Bowie Bay Sox. And Roberto, so happy to have you here with us. And I'll ask you the easy question to start. How have you enjoyed your time here in the Fall League for the first time?
It's been amazing. Great group of guys, great staff. The weather's been beautiful out here, and first time ever in Arizona. So enjoying it, enjoying a little bit of golf, and enjoying the views. Went over to Sedona, so definitely taking it all in.
And so, sorry, yeah, go.
Yeah, Roberto, I was wondering, what has it been like managing the top prospects? Colton Cowser, Jackson Holliday, Heston Kierstead. I mean, you've had some really good ones there.
Yeah, we've been blessed as an organization to have a lot of talent there, and our front office does a great job, and it's our job to kind of do our part to help those guys develop into big leaguers. So, yeah, it's been an honor and a privilege to be a small little piece of their development and their hard work, and we're kind of seeing it. So it's been great.
Roberto, one of the things I think people you hear that much about in the Fall League is, players get to sort of pick the brains of other players and things like that, as we see Jet Williams grounded short. I would imagine that for you, you're able to sort of talk to the other coaches, other managers, and sort of pick their brains about, like, hey, how does this work from a development standpoint? What are some of the things that you've been able to glean in being here this fall?
Yeah, just hearing different philosophies, nothing proprietary or anything like that. We're careful on certain things we can share, but just baseball, maybe just some different cues, and just hearing other coaches talk to players, and honestly, even from players, just talking to players, hey, what do you got on this situation, and little things like that. So it's definitely great for coaches and players to get out here and have an opportunity to grow and continue to learn the game, and just different ways to teach it.
Roberto, I got one more for you before we let you go. There is something that I reached out to the play-by-play in Aberdeen, Michael Marcantonini, and he tipped me off to something unique and fun that you do when a player leaves and moves up to the next level. You take a selfie with them and you post it on Instagram, and you always use the same quote: "I hate to see you go, but love to watch you leave." Obviously, that bond with players very important to you, and why is that?
Yeah, because, at the end of the day, it's about their development, them continuing on their journey and trying to make it to the show, and that's what it's all about. So, we obviously hate to see them go because they obviously done well enough to continue to move on, but we love to see them leave. And at the end of the day, that's winning, in my opinion, is continuing to help develop these players. And again, they put in the hard work. We're the caddies, they're the golfers, and our job is to do our part to help them be the best player that they can be. So it's been an honor and a privilege.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us, Roberto. I hope you have a lot of fun down there today. A little less pressure than usual for you, but we'll let you go, let you finish managing this game. We really appreciate you joining us, and good luck rest of the way.
Thank you very much. Shout out to my hometown, Hardhead, New Britain, and my wife Samantha tuning in.
Oh,
there's my boys right here.
There's one of your buddies. Gotcha.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Roberto. Oh, gosh, he's just a great personality. I talked to him before the game. I mean, he is truly in love with the game of baseball and the people that he coaches.
Yeah, there's no question about it. I've spoke to him a little bit as well. I mean, he's been working with youngsters for years and years and years. He started off, I mean, as a dean of students for years and years, and it's just and I asked him about, you know, whether or not, you know, this was something he aspired to do, and he certainly did. Baseball was always in his blood. His family's from Puerto Rico. He's you know, was born and raised in the Connecticut area, but he's loved baseball his whole life, and he's feeling very privileged to be there.
So JC pops it up to right, and a nice sliding play out there in right field by Nico Cavadas for the third out. 5-4. We will go to the top of the fifth inning. The American League leads it on this nice little half slide, half fall with style.
The 3 for Me, only at Chili's, is now available with the all-new Big Smasher Burger, piled up high with nearly half a pound of beef. Or you could settle for just some other burger at a drive-thru. Anyway, gonna need some room, because the 3 for Me still fills up the table with the bottomless drink, all the famous Chili's chips and salsa you can eat, and is still the best deal around at just $10.99. See you later, tiny drive-thru burger. This Chili's 3 for Me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
Subway launched new $6.99 meal deals with any 6-inch sub.
Wait, Subway did what?
Dad?
Yep. For a limited time, get any 6-inch sub, chip, and a drink, all for just $6.99.
Is your car's plastic trim faded and milky? Don't worry. Cerakote's ceramic trim coat restores oxidized trim effortlessly. Just wipe it on. It's guaranteed for 200 washes. Even dust won't stick to it. Keep your car looking professional. Selling your oxidized, faded trim car? Detailed cars sell for way more than faded cars. Read the thousands of 5-star reviews for yourself.
Buy any of Cerakote's #1 selling ceramic products for under $20 at these leading retailers today.
Liberty Mutual customized my car insurance, so I saved hundreds. But the money I saved, thought I'd get a wax figure myself. Oh! Right in the temporal lobe. Beat it, punks! Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty. Fire up the off-season with Hot Stove.
Hi, everybody.
Oh, here we go.
All right.
Mystery caller.
Let's fire it up.
What's this soundboard thing?
Join Matt and Harold for all the morning buzz. Hot Stove, weekday mornings on MLB Network.
Scorches it to left field. It's off the wall, off the base of the wall, and Guerrero is going to stand up at second base with a leadoff double.
Okay, Scott.
And now he's moving to third, and he's going to get there. Look at the base running awareness by the 19-year-old.
Hear that sound? That's the sound of an impact, middle of the lineup, future MVP type candidate.
Look, guys, exit velocity is cool, but sometimes you don't need to see the numbers. You just need to hear the sound, and it's always been different for him.
Yeah, no question about it. There's a thwack and there's a thud, and that's certainly a thwack. I mean, we used to talk about that all the time. This guy creates some thwack, and there's no question that Vlad Guerrero, boy, that bat speed is, yeah, you're right. You don't have to know exit velocity to know he hits the ball hard.
Which is good, because I think that double actually broke StatCast.
Entering the game, Jose Acuna. Nico Cavadas up at the plate. Acuna traded to the Reds in 2022. Part of the deal that sent Tyler Naquin to the Mets. Made his way to AAA this season. Struggled there a little bit, but he has been doing very well here in the Fall League. A 2.77 ERA, 13 innings pitched, 16 strikeouts. Last time out, 3 innings, 6 strikeouts.
Yeah, finishing on a strong note.
Cavadas chops it down the first baseline. Long is going to take it himself. And a quick first out here for Acuna in the 5th. That'll bring up the big lefty and Josue Briseño, the home run leader in the Fall League. Also the leader in hits. And if you're leading both of those categories, you're probably having a pretty good time.
Yeah. I would say he's on a short list for MVP candidates at this juncture with a week to go.
This one misses away. Briseño 0 for 2. He's flown out twice. And a 1-0 count here on Acuna. That one misses away. And Ruben, tell me if I'm wrong here, but for a guy like Briseño, you want him to be flying out. So 2 flyouts, really not a bad sign for a guy like him.
No, not when his stroke is pretty consistent and he needs to get extension. But I think he's a guy that, I mean, looks like he's able to make contact. And there's no question that he's going to have to profile as a guy who drives the ball out of the ballpark. And you just don't want to have him do it so consistently or think about it so much that he loses his ability to make contact.
Swing and a miss there. Briseño, originally a catcher, but he's been playing first base and DHing more so now.
Well, and some of that is personal they have, and Tyron Lorenzo is from the Tigers is here in the Fall League as well, and he's getting a lot of the reps behind the plate. But it was questionable whether the glove was going to come, and he is one of those young catchers that you probably move because the bat would get slowed down otherwise. He could hit his way to the big leagues pretty quickly if he just focuses on playing first base. And I think that's what I would do, given what I've seen from him here over the last few weeks.
Strikes out there on a fastball from Acuna, seeing that stuff that Acuna has. Works both fastball and sinker. And right there you saw good stuff from him, just the heat.
Yeah, he came with the four-seamer here, and he got it above Briseño's barrel. That's what I mean about creating some, a little bit of a steeper swing. But although that was a very good swing, you just got to give Acuna some props for that. Nice little movement on that pitch.
Yeah, followed it up with a changeup. Caglione a double in his last at bat. Walked his first time up, showing exactly why he is such a high prospect. Was drafted just this year, 6th overall. The idea of being pushed straight to the Fall League, it's got to tell you, they're pretty much looking for him to be a guy for them next year.
Yeah, I mean, or at the very least go, say, to Double-A to start the year, which I think is happening more and more with college hitters. It used to be that draftees were sent to the Fall League more frequently, especially hitters, but we saw Steven Strasburg come straight here, and I wish we saw more of it. And maybe seeing Caglione and the A's sent Nick Kurz here. He didn't start the year, but he's been hitting here. David Mershon from the Angels, a later pick. That maybe teams will get back to it, especially if they feel they want. Kurz got hurt a little bit. They just wanted Caglione to get some more at bats, consistent at bats, to get him ready for at least the upper levels.
And one of the great benefits of having the AFL is being able to get young players more reps because of injury, because of whatever the case may be, not being able to get on the field, and that's certainly a huge plus to be able to face players at this level of competition.
Clearly a guy that needs to be challenged. That's why they're shooting him up the system. Look what he was doing in college. I mean, just absolutely overpowering that college pitching, and also, by the way, overpowering people on the mound.
Yeah, he was a legitimate two-way guy in college. He set the all-time home run record for Florida, which has had some pretty good hitters come through there.
Trey Morgan pops this up down the right field line. Sajaci a nice over to the shoulder grab. And we will continue this when we come back. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th inning. The American leads it 5-4 on MLB Network.
Soft drinks are just $1 at Wendy's. Any size, any time. 3 p.m. Dollar Fanta. 10 p.m. Sprite. 7:46 a.m. Coke. You're so free. Dollar soft drinks, any size, gotta be Wendy's.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. I just wanted to remind you that Geico makes it easy to bundle your home and car insurance. In fact, it's so easy. It reminds me of a joke my mate told me. Now, a knuckleballer and a catcher walk into a bullpen, and a knuckleballer turns to the catcher. Get it? Wow, they really like that one.
It's easy to Geico, official partner of Major League Baseball.
At Lexus of Melbourne, it was almost December. Preparations were made for an event all would remember. Holiday spirit danced through the air. Red bows placed on the vehicles, all with great care. Technicians were busy changing out tires, with cups of hot cocoa to warm them like fires. The staff waited for customers in anticipation. At Lexus of Melbourne to elevate your expectations.
Dancing for Diabetes presents its 24th annual show on Saturday, November 16th. Join us at the Dr. Phillips Center for the Performing Arts for an exciting evening of entertainment and hope. Enjoy award-winning and nationally recognized dancers using the art of dance to better educate the community, raise funds to find a cure, and inspire those with diabetes to thrive. Tickets are on sale now at drphillipscenter.org.
Sammy Natera Jr., the new pitcher in for the American League. And Jonathan Long will lead it off here for the National League. Long, 2 good at bats so far, both with 2 strikes, both very productive.
Yeah, really impressive, Steve. And I look for the little things in the hitters, and for him to shorten up his swing enough to be able to do what he needed to do situationally. That's what good hitters do. In both 2-strike situations, this is a pitch that beats him on the inside part, but he just puts it in play. He gets enough wood on it to be able to drive in Sajazi, and I mean, that's just a really good job of hitting, and pretty impressed by that.
Productive at bats are so useful, and if you can hit a ground ball and get an RBI, especially with 2 strikes, you just don't have to do too much. It's a very mature approach.
And it doesn't necessarily have to be a base hit to be able. You can make productive outs, and I think that when I evaluate players, I like guys who make productive outs as well as have good at bats.
0-1 here, Sammy Natera Jr., the new pitcher. That one right on the corner. The 6'4" lefty, a 17th rounder out of New Mexico State. But so far in the fall league, I mean, he's been great. But let's not forget also this season only had 15 innings. But also only had a .6 ERA. He's got some really good stuff, and that fastball was fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, it's been impressive this fall to see him. It's a mid-90s fastball. He's got a good breaking ball as well. Kind of a late bloomer because he missed a lot of time. He missed most of this regular season with an elbow sprain. So sometimes you find these guys later on. He obviously, the size and the left-handedness is going to make any scout set up, and then mid-90s fastball. If he can command it like he is so far here in the fall, then he has a chance.
152 opposing batting average across 4 games, 3 starts for Sammy Natera Jr. And coming up to the plate against Sammy Siani, who's 1 for 2. The 0-1, another fastball, and Natera just coming right after these hitters with that heater.
Yeah, he is not afraid. He's going right after him, and you can see the confidence on the mound. Sometimes you can just read a face. I mean, I love to read faces, and it's pretty clear this guy has got a lot of confidence in his stuff.
0-2 on the left-hander Siani. Probably not an easy lefty-lefty matchup here. 1 out, nobody on. Another fastball and a base hit up the middle. Siani with a broken bat single. Bat dies a hero. Siani has a little sting in the hands, but he'll take the single.
I mean, that's what we were talking about, having productive at bats, especially with 2 strikes. I mean, again, Natera going right after him with that fastball. But Siani gets enough of it, puts it in play, and punches it out to center field. Nothing wrong with a broken bat base hit. I'll take about a bazillion of those.
And Siani, I think that's what he's been doing all fall in terms of his overall approach. He's seen nothing but fastballs from Natera, and so he was ready for another one and was able to fight it off to pick up another base hit.
A little pick off over there to first. Siani back in time. Robert Hassel III at the plate, another lefty-lefty matchup. He had that double to left center. An RBI his last time up. Way late on this one, it's 0-1. Natera known for the fastball. It's not a surprise that his fastball is nasty. It has been his whole career. Maybe still working on that good secondary pitch.
Yeah, consistency of it in the zone especially.
And there it is right there, and it's 0-2. Yes. I love when I just get shut up immediately, you know? There you go.
Well, he also slid in a little slide step that probably froze Hassel as well.
The slide step breaking ball.
Nice.
0-2, Ciani on first. Another fastball. This one fouled off.
Well, the Angels organization, just in general, they've really struggled to develop pitching. And anytime they have a guy that you got a chance to, you know, especially a left-hander who's got this kind of stuff, you got a chance to move quick.
Yeah. This one in the dirt. Ciani breaks, but good block by Jensen. Ciani will have to scamper back to first. And as a lefty who was very fastball heavy myself, I didn't really have the mid-90s very often, but you know, it's about commanding that fastball. Being able to get it in on righties and then away on lefties is very difficult to get to that glove side. We'll see if he goes to it here. Another foul tip. Hassel right on that one.
He's never seen a fastball he doesn't like to swing at. You know, he told me that himself. He said 90% of the time, if there's a heater, I'm swinging at it. And you know, he talked about his struggling on secondary stuff, a little bit more off-speed stuff, but he's starting to trust his hands more and realizing that even if he's gearing up for a fastball, that he can keep the hands back long enough to be able to do some damage and be productive.
Another fastball, fouls it straight back again.
Well, strength against strength here going on.
Right. Well, I mean, this works to Hassel's advantage because he's pretty sure he's going to see a fastball, and you know, at some point, you know, he threw the one breaking ball Natera did to him, and if he went back to it here, whether he'd catch Hassel sort of on his front foot, I think is a distinct possibility.
See Hassel right at the league, top of the league in RBI. 1-2, Ciani on first, and the breaking ball here. Hassel, great job of laying off that one.
Natera shook off by Astros there, who, I don't know if he was calling for another fastball or not. Not by Astros. Jensen behind the plate shook him up. He wanted to go to the breaking ball there.
2-2. There it is. Breaking ball in the zone. And Hassel can't pull the trigger. 2 outs. And that will bring up Gino Groover.
Yeah, sometimes it's just about changing eye levels. This is not the best breaking ball, but Hassel obviously looking for a fastball there, and he just spun it up there and froze him. See his hips come out and freeze him.
Yeah, I mean, good pitch sequencing there, right after so many fastballs to go doubling up on the breaking ball for the first time.
Second looking strikeout of the inning for Natera Jr., and that will bring up Gino Groover. He's 0 for 1 with a walk tonight. And I mentioned this earlier, but I was privy to his 468-foot home run he hit earlier in the fall league. A guy with a lot of pop when he finds the barrel.
Yeah, and that's been the big question about him. You know, he's not driven the ball much this fall, and he was a bat first. Had the prettiest BP round I think that we saw when we were down there. Line drive after line drive. So he's kind of hit first, but he feels pretty confident that the power is going to come. He had a wrist injury also that's going to sort of sap into that even when he comes back. But not a lot of movement on that swing, and he does tend to make a lot of good contact.
Yeah, I really liked his just overall thought process. I mean, he had no issue at all with the fact that, you know, he's not necessarily driving the ball out of the ballpark. I think he's just happy with his approach. He's got a nice short stroke. I really like the way he swings it.
This one misses just down below the zone, 2-2. Let's take a look at those scouting grades. You see that 60 hit grade. That's not, I mean, that's really impressive. That is not something you see very often.
Oh.
Another pickoff attempt. Siani back at first.
No, there's no question in my mind with the way I saw him take that BP, just line drive after line drive, as Jonathan said, and really pretty impressive. Now, I've watched a couple of AFL Fall-Star games, and not a lot of line drive action, a lot of high fly balls.
This one almost placed perfectly down the right field line, but just a few feet foul, so we'll do it again. How does a player work on that? How do you get better at just being consistently getting the barrel to the ball? If you have that hit tool in batting practice, how do you make that translate to the game?
I mean, to me, it's all about selling out to make sure that you stay consistent with your approach. And I mean, and you think about situational hitting. I think in BP, I'm not sure if they're still doing it as much as we once did. It's situational BP, utilizing the ball, hitting the ball the other way. Driving a run in with man on third base, less than 2 outs. Infield in, infield back. Being able to sell out to those situational types of approaches. I think that's what will make you a better overall hitter. It'll make you concentrate on where you want to try to, move the ball, on the field. We've gotten away from that a little bit because we're so in love with the power, and really, it really is about making quality outs and having quality at bats.
So 2-2, 2 outs. Siani on first. Sammy Natera Jr. on to Gino Gruber. The pitch, a fastball inside. Gruber fights it off to the right side. We'll do it again.
I was impressed by Gruber when we were talking to him, because a lot of times, even if they won't admit to it, you have to think he hears the thing said about him. He's probably seen reports that go over it, and it is a hit over power approach. But if he's going to profile at an infield corner, there's a certain amount of power and run production that's expected from those positions. And he hasn't shown that part consistently, but he's clearly true to who he is, and he feels that consistent approach as a hitter eventually will help him get to that power without selling out for it.
Swing and a miss. And Sammy Natera Jr. strikes out the side. It is 5-4. The American League leads it. We'll go to the top of the 6th inning here in Mesa.
This is Poof, the fastest growing pet odor eliminator in the world. Oh! It's safe for people, pets, and the planet. Powerful enough to eliminate the stink from any organic odor. Yet it's safe enough to use on pet toys, their beds, even on them. So why waste money on any product that doesn't totally eliminate the stink? There's only one Poof, available online and at these stores. If it's not Poof, it stinks.
And Doug.
Whoa, Limu, we're in a parade. Everyone, customize and save hundreds on car insurance with Liberty Mutual. Customize and save! And then I wake up.
And you have the stream every night?
Yeah, every night.
I see.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
I take caring for my kitty very seriously. When I found a health monitoring kitty litter, I had to meet the creator.
Oh, hi, kitten.
Please call me Martha. This litter seriously stops odors, and it changes colors.
Go to prettylitter.com.
On Thursday, the ultimate baseball roster will be revealed. It's the 2024 All-MLB team, presented by MGM Rewards. Scan the QR code to reserve your seat alongside baseball's biggest stars and see this year's team announced live from the Chelsea at the Cosmopolitan in Las Vegas. Or watch it at 8 p.m. Eastern, exclusively on MLB Network.
As the business of baseball gets underway, no one brings the offseason buzz like Matt, Harold, and Lauren. Tune in to Hot Stove, presented by the U.S. Marine Corps, weekdays at 9 a.m. Eastern only on MLB Network. Chase Selesky enters the game. 4.85 ERA in 13 innings here in the Fall League. Leading it off will be Caleb Durbin. We had a bunch of defensive substitutions. We'll get them to you in a minute. First pitch from Selesky is fouled off. Let's take a look at those defensive changes. Pintar enters the game in center. Our whole infield changes. Baez into third. Edwin Arroyo from the Reds in at short. Tommy Troy from the Diamondbacks. Skylar Messenger from the Rockies. Interesting to see a full line change here. I feel like hockey. 0-2 on Durbin. Pitch from Selesky off the plate, 1-2.
Imagine you're Caleb Durbin, you're here, you're trying to make the 40-man roster for the first time, and then your general manager drops your name as the potential starting second baseman for the New York Yankees next year.
It's going to make you feel pretty good.
No pressure, kid.
I mean, hey, the way
Can't handle the pressure. Can't handle the pressure in New York.
Yeah, no, that's true. I think he profiles more as a super utility type, but because of that speed and the overall approach, he could be one of those guys who works his way into the lineup quite a bit, just moving around.
Line drive center field, a good two-strike approach there. Durbin on first base, and I'm just going to tell you right now, he's probably going to go.
He's stealing now.
It's just a question of whether it's in the first pitch or the second pitch.
Another really good piece of hitting. This ball, this is a changeup that stays in the middle of the plate. Gets his foot down and just massages it to right center field. Another base hit to right center, this time a single.
Max Acosta enters the game for the Rangers. And Durbin taking a big lead, doesn't go. First pitch in there for strike one.
Anybody else surprised?
Yeah, well, actually, this is funny. He always goes to the second pitch. Not to give the scouting report or anything.
Let's see if you're right here, Stephen. You've been watching a lot of Fall League games.
That was interesting. He had no lead there. Not something we see for him very often.
Yeah, he usually gets that sort of walking secondary lead.
Probably not feeling as runnerish as he normally does.
Well, it doesn't count towards the record, so maybe he's decided to rest.
Quick delivery there from Selesky. Doesn't let Durbin get settled. Good job of kind of messing with the running game here by the pitcher, Selesky.
And really, it's all about cadence, and then that's the way to sort of combat it, especially if you're not really quick to the plate.
Acosta waits. Off the end of the bat into center field. In comes the new center fielder, Adrien Pinto. He makes the catch. And there's one out. And that will bring up Adrien Pinto, the 9-hitter here from Toronto. Selesky, not a guy who struck out a lot of people during the season. Just 51 strikeouts in 83 innings. And then he comes to the Fall League, and he's got 20 in 13 innings. What changes there?
It's a sample size. I think any Fall League stats in any direction you have to take with a little bit of a grain of salt. If a player puts up huge numbers, if he struggles with walks, unless it's part of a track record. So, I don't know if there's anything all that different, other than the fact that it's just a small amount of innings.
Pinto flies this one to right field, shallow right field. Back goes the new first baseman, Messenger. A nice play down the line. And that will be the second out. So Pinto, who hit the big 3-run home run earlier, is retired. We'll go back to the top of the lineup. But we've got, like I said, plenty of changes being made here in this Fall Stars game. And Denzel Clark, the prospect in the Oakland A's organization. Sorry, I read it on the jersey. The A's organization now in the leadoff spot. Denzel Clark, a lot of people very excited about this young player.
He is a tool chest, a good power speed combination. He's struggled with his approach a little bit, so he stalled in AA. He's here in 2022. Comes from a super athletic family, so he can do a lot of things really well. And if he can just refine the approach a little bit, see a few more pitches so he can get to that raw power more, He has a chance to be a really dynamic player on both sides of the ball.
He's certainly got the body and the size for it. He looks like a major leaguer. He's, he's got that look.
Durbin on first. Back pick attempt by Ballesteros. Cubs catching prospect who is known for an absolute cannon behind the plate, Jonathan, and we've seen a good amount of it here in the fall league.
Yeah, there's no doubt about his arm strength and in terms of helping to control the running game. His overall receiving still needs work, which is not surprising for a young catcher, and he's played some first base as well. The bat's going to get him there.
Line drive up the middle by Clark. A base hit. Durbin around second. He's going to charge into third. The throw into third, not in time, but the throw back to second. Clark trying to advance, and he's safe. The swim move dive into second base. Very athletic play by Denzel Clark. And it's second and third, 2 outs.
Super job of swinging the bat first and foremost, but he was busting right out of the chute. Really clean swing, stays on his legs to drive this ball to center field. And boy, Durbin is a really good base runner. He sort of hesitates here and sees that he's not charging, center fielder's not charging, and takes first to third. It's a huge play and a nice little athletic swing move. And a great call by the umpire, staying right with it.
Yep, right on top of it. Denzel Clark made up for the fact that he hesitated at first. When we saw the throw going to third, probably should have been going right from the get, but he hesitated and then decided to go and made up for that with that very impressive slide.
So Carter Jensen at the plate in an RBI situation. American League leads it 5-4, looking to expand that lead here. Carter Jensen 0 for 1 with a ground out.
You guys were talking about Selesky and not striking out a ton of guys, and yes, probably sample size, but it may be sequencing. That may be part of it. He may be a more mature, sequence of pitches that are allowing him to pick up some of those strikeouts here in the fall league.
1-1 the count. Selesky in a jam. 2 outs, second and third. This one's hit off the catcher by Ballesteros. Garrett Martin on deck, the home run derby champ from last night.
Come from behind victory.
Swinging a foul ball to the left side. Ooh, off the awning there. That's always fun. Back into the field to play. Garrett Martin. Last night, Brock Wilken hits 14 home runs in the first round. He hits 10 in the last round to win it. This ball is flied out to left. Ciani underneath it. Clark catches up to Durbin. 5-4. We will go to the bottom of the 6th inning here in Mesa, Arizona.
Our players are under a lot of stress. We received inquiries from players saying, I'm interested in trying CBD.
We want them to help them with their sleep, their anxiety, their stress, just balance life.
We will only recommend NSF certified for sport products to our players.
As long as I know I have a safe product, it's going to be NSF Sport certified. I'm going to be on the forefront providing it for my players.
It's just great to be in a position to say, if you're interested in using CBD, Charlotte's Web is the one that we recommend.
Feel the power of Osteo Biflex. Taken every day, it's clinically shown to improve joint comfort in 7 days with significant improvement over time.
Tuesday, the popularity of baseball skyrockets, but the Black Sox scandal threatens to destroy the game from within. Baseball, directed by award-winning documentarian Ken Burns. Tuesday at 8 Eastern on MLB Network.
2024 was a season to remember.
Amazing!
See which historic performances are recognized when the BBWAA Awards finalists are revealed. Monday at 6 Eastern, exclusively on MLB Network.
Got to pay attention to who's playing in the Fall League every year, because the next year they're going to have an impact. And here's some guys who have been playing in this year's Fall League who I think have a chance next year to really help out. We've seen Caleb Durbin here all night. Chase DeLauder, if he can stay healthy. Colson Montgomery was here last year and for part of the time this year. And Adrien Pinto, who is coming back from Tommy John surgery, but has been absolutely dominant as he continues to get himself stretched out. So keep an eye for box scores and highlights of these guys in the big leagues coming in 2025.
And here's a guy who's a little further away, but as exciting as anybody, and takes a hack. First pitch, Leodalis DeVries, 18 years old, Padres prospect, and him and Ethan Salas are quite the pair.
You know, combined, there are guys in the big leagues who are older than the two of them combined. Leodalis DeVries signed just this past January.
As an international
amateur, and don't pay any attention to his hitting statistics. I've seen him quite a bit in my stint here. He looks like he belongs. He plays a really good shortstop. He's DHing here, but he's a little more physical than I thought when we were watching him in BP, considering that he was, 17 for most of the regular season. He just turned 18. Unbelievably bright future, quick hands at the plate, switch hitter.
This is popped up to the left side. Durbin taking a look at it, but it will go out of play. And look, the Padres have invested money into these two guys. Almost $10 million of the international signing bonus pool used on these guys because they believe in them. They want this next round of young, impressive players. And look at that pool percentage, 96.1% of all that money that year.
I mean,
that's one player.
That's what really stands out, with the new system is you're not just spending as much as you would like to, the way you used to. So they are making the decision that these two players at premium up the middle positions who will stay at those positions were worth using the vast majority of their pool in both of those years.
Well, that's right in the wheelhouse of A.J. Preller. I mean, that's what he's all about. I mean, that's sort of how he stepped onto the scene in Major League Baseball by being one of the shrewdest, most aggressive international scouts. And he's got a passion for it. And when he sees a player he wants, he's going to go get him.
And he's not afraid to move him quickly. We talked about Salas running up to Double-A, and it's not usual for a recent signee to go straight to full season ball to start his pro career, but that's what they did with DeVries because they thought he could handle it.
That's a good line drive out to right field, just a little bit off the end of the bat maybe, and a fly out for DeVries. Luckily no damage caused there. No damage caused to our cameraman Corey a little while ago as well. And sometimes you just got to get out of the way, Look at that. Oh man. Put the hands above the head.
That's a veteran there.
It's a close call. But you look great,
okay.
Corey.
He's doing just fine.
You took it like a champ. Zaire Hope now at the plate. The 9-hitter has struck out twice so far here today. First pitch from Kerwin misses away. It's 1-0. And to go back to DeVries, I think one of the things that's so interesting about him is he is not a guy who's raw. He is a mature at bat. His approach at the plate, he doesn't chase anything like that. As you take a look at Danny Kerwin's stats from this year in the Fall League, great stuff from him, 14 strikeouts to 1 walk. But I think that's what sets him apart. Same thing as Salas, mature, very young player.
Well, that's clear. They're looking for a certain kind of player that they know can handle an aggressive an assignment. Ethan Salas is not going to get knocked down because he struggled in high A this year as a teenager. It's still way ahead of the curve.
3-0, the cutter in the back door there. Nice pitch by Kerwin. It's 3-1. Kerwin, a fun story. He was signed in April out of independent ball He posted a social media video that showed his fastball clocking at 98. And you know what? Sometimes you just take a chance on that guy, right? And look at this. The Oakland Ballers is the team he was playing for. And this is an amazing story that you hope works out as well as possible for him.
It really is a great story, and it's a nice job by the scouts and the Red Sox to track him down, because, I mean, obviously he was somebody who slipped through the cracks, but, you know, they've got themselves a prospect in this kid, because he's got some funk to him, and he's got some life to that arm.
You know, he pitched in the draft league, and I think that helped sort of get him in front of people, and so people were tracking how he did it. It wouldn't surprise me if the Red Sox had some decent reports. He played for Mahoning Valley in that MLB draft league, and I know some folks who work there and really liked his stuff in the draft league, and it's showing up here in the AFL just a year later.
There goes Hope, and he takes second. A nice stolen base there from Zaire Hope, showing off the speed, especially against the arm of Tyrone Lorenzo, who has entered the game now from the Tigers system behind the plate. Edwin Arroyo at the plate. And as we catch up with the changes, we'll make sure that you catch up with them as well. Arroyo, the red system, line drive up the middle, and a base hit. Hope had to go back to second, thinking that might have been caught, so he's going to have to stay at third. But that's what we've seen from Edwin Arroyo. We talked about this earlier. This guy, he's got incredible hands at the plate.
Yeah, really impressive. I mean, I liked his BP as well. I saw him from both sides. Very similar approach. He's got a little bit of movement that he might have to cut down just a little bit as he continues to progress through the minor leagues. But I love his approach. Good hands, line drive approach, and he showed it right there.
Surprise, surprise. Ton of speed as well over at first base.
He has a chance to be a dynamic all-around player. He's a plus defender at short. There's a reason why the Reds wanted him from the Mariners in the Luis Castillo trade, and you know he had a lot of momentum going. Momentum to second base.
Fly ball into center field. Sorry, left field. That ball tails to Trey Morgan. He makes the catch running in. The throw into home plate is not in time. The speed of Hope makes it so that Trey Morgan's pretty good throw, unable to get the out, and the game will be tied at 5. Here in the bottom of the 6th. Nice RBI sac fly there by Moises Ballesteros.
Yeah, really kind of surprised he scored on this ball, because Morgan was in there fairly shallow in left center field. But really nice job of base running here by everybody across the board. I mean, running on the pitch, he had to get back, picked up the baseball, got back, and then tagged up to score that run.
There he goes again. Throw down to second. Lorenzo can't get him. Edwin Arroyo says, well, it didn't work last time, but I'll just do it again.
Yeah, keep on going. Keep on going. And to finish on Arroyo, you know, the Reds wanted to get him, and he looked like he was putting things together, and then he missed all of this year with the torn labrum in his left shoulder, his non-throwing shoulder, and he's back now and kind of played a bunch of instructs and playing a bunch of games here now that will give him a good foundation to hit the ground running and get to the stick in the upper levels of the Red system next year.
Now Tommy Troy at the plate takes a big hack here, and it's 0-2. Tommy Troy, a fun story here in the fall league. Really struggled at the beginning. I believe he went 1 for his first 13, and after that he has just taken off.
Yeah, having watched this guy in BP, maybe the shortest stroke I think I saw all BP. I mean, you saw that a lot.
Right down the third baseline, the jump attempt from Durbin, but he can't get the ball out of his glove. And just to be honest with you, with the speed of Troy, probably not going to get that out at first anyway. But now it'll be first and third, 2 outs. And the first baseman from the Rockies organization, Skyler Messinger, will come to the plate.
Sometimes the best decision you can make is to put the ball in your pocket.
Yeah, there's no question. There's no way he's going to throw him out there. I know he wanted to probably try to make that play, but he had to eat it. That was the right decision by Caleb. Ouch. So you wanted to be a catcher.
Yeah. You volunteered for it.
I always wanted to be a catcher, but I was left-handed, so that just wasn't in the cards.
You're kidding. Did you really?
Oh, yeah. And I still remember when I was 9, my dad telling me that I wasn't going to play shortstop anymore, and just being really bummed about it.
crushed you.
I caught for 2 years in Little League, and I'm left-handed.
That was Little League.
Yes, I know.
All right, well,
I mean,
plays.
My playing career ended not long after that, so I don't have much much to go from.
Benny DiStefano catch left-handed.
Yes, he did.
In the big leagues, right?
He did.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm going to text my dad right now. 0-2. Pop up to the infield on the left side. Durbin lining up underneath it. It carries all the way to the warning track, but Durbin able to make a nice play. Nationals League ties it up 5-5. We'll go to the last 3 innings here. Top of the 7th on MLB Network.
Y'all see this? Patrick Mahomes is saying goodbye. People was tripping.
Where are you going?
He was actually saying goodbye to his old phone.
I'm switching to the amazing new iPhone 16 for T-Mobile.
It's the first iPhone built for Apple Intelligence. That's like peanut butter on jelly on gold. Get 4 iPhone 16s on us. Plus 4 lines for $25. And save on every plan versus the other big guys. What a deal. That's a lot if you ask me. If y'all giving it away too fast, T-Mobile, slow down.
One of these friends can order whatever she wants from the menu. The other has food allergies. You do your best to avoid food allergens, but accidents can still happen. Xolair is an FDA-approved injection proven to significantly reduce allergic reactions from accidental food exposures. Taken once or twice a month, it focuses on the source of food allergy reactions. For adults and children as young as 1, Xolair is effective in reducing allergic reactions to a single or multiple foods.
Don't use if you are allergic to Xolair. Xolair may cause a severe life-threatening allergic reaction called anaphylaxis. Tell your doctor if you ever had anaphylaxis. Get help right away if you have trouble breathing or if you have swelling of your throat or tongue. Xolair should not be used for the emergency treatment of allergic reactions, including anaphylaxis. Xolair is for maintenance use to reduce allergic reactions, including anaphylaxis, while avoiding food allergens. Serious side effects such as cancer, fever, muscle aches and rash, parasitic infection, or heart and circulation problems have been reported.
Help reduce food allergy reactions if an accident happens. Ask an allergist about Xolair.
Catch more live November baseball on MLB Network with the Arizona Fall League Championship game. Watch baseball's hottest prospects duel for the Desert Crown next Saturday at 8 Eastern on MLB Network.
Welcome back to the 2024 Arizona Fall League Fall Stars game. Alongside MLB Pipeline's Jonathan Mayo and Ruben Amaro Jr., I'm Stephen Brault. We are at Sloan Park in Mesa, Arizona. It's gotten chilly enough, so we've put on the Fall League swag. I think we look very dapper.
The maroon.
Yeah, the maroon looks good. I don't care what anybody else says, guys. We are a good-looking booth. I will hear nothing else.
Yeah. Wait, what?
These are sweet.
Oh, I'm enjoying them.
Right?
I saw the guys, the staff wearing these at the home run derby yesterday. Little did I know that I would be gifted one. So.
You planted the seed. Nice work.
I didn't say.
He just walked by and very casually said, "Oh, those are cool."
I did. That's true.
This ball is flied out to center field. Skylar Messinger's first at bat of the night is right to the warning track, just in front of the wall. That was Garrett Martin. Sorry, not Skylar Messinger. He just hit. You'd think I would at least not mess that one up.
No, it's all right.
Martin, the home run derby winner last night, almost continues the trend, but just misses it by a few feet. And that will bring up the new DH here, Brooks Brannon. Brannon, a Red Sox prospect. And he swings at the first pitch he sees, grounds it to shortstop. Arroyo over to first base. 2 very quick outs here for the new pitcher, Cale Lansville. And we're also having a new hitter in Peyton Williams from the Blue Jays organization.
Isn't it great doing play-by-play for a game like this, Stephen?
Goodness, I have so many notes. I just canceling everything out. And here comes the manager, Andy Schatzley. I don't know if we're getting a scouting report here or what. Maybe this might be a planned thing.
You only threw 2 pitches.
Yeah, I think this was a planned removal, but I don't think anybody expected it to only be 2 pitches. Is this a situation where you say, "How you feeling?" just for fun?
Yeah.
Hey, man, here, just give you a breather.
Barely. I mean, you want to give him a chance to a guy to throw a few warm-up pitches after that.
Yeah. So we're going to go to break here. We'll come back, get you a new pitcher. Cale Lansville, 2 pitches, 2 outs. Efficiency at its finest.
Feel the power of Osteo Biflex. Taken every day, it's clinically shown to improve joint comfort in 7 days with significant improvement over time.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please.
I just wanted to remind you that Geico makes it easy to bundle your home and car insurance. In fact, it's so easy. It reminds me of a joke my mate told me. Now, a knuckleballer and a catcher walk into a bullpen, and a knuckleballer turns to the catcher. Get it? Wow, they really like that one.
It's easy to Geico, official partner of Major League Baseball.
Pet owners know the struggle. Your best bud can track all sorts of gunk indoors. Now there's a simple solution that won't have you pulling out the mop and bucket. It's Muddy Mat, the anti-mud mat that keeps your dog's paws clean before they make a mess inside. Muddy Mat uses thousands of advanced, ultra-soft microfibers that are 5 times more absorbent than ordinary floor mats, trapping dirt and water, protecting your floors. The durable super grip undersides won't move or slip. Use Muddy Mat under your pet's food dish, in the bathroom, even catch spills in the kitchen. And it's machine washable. Reduce the mess caused by your pet easily. Call or go online to order your revolutionary Muddy Mat right away. Through this exclusive introductory offer, we're giving a massive discount. See how you can get 1 Muddy Mat completely free. Order 2 and get 1 free for only $24.95 each. Buy 2 Muddy Mats and get 1 free for only $24.95 each.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Office of the Commissioner of Baseball and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent. So about as efficient.
The perfect read.
Thank you.
Perfect read.
Thank you. There's a lot of big words.
Very
in that
solid.
read, you know, disseminated. That's a terrifying word to look at and think I'm definitely going to say
Give
that
me a
wrong.
99.9 on that one.
Thank you. Ryan Burchard enters the game. Burchard, a Brewers prospect, 3.75 ERA, and Peyton Williams, the big lefty from the Blue Jays here. Peyton Williams has had some tape measure home runs here in the fall league.
Another home run derby participant last night.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of reminds me of Big Country, this guy. About ready to eat that bat.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, look at that swing, man.
Aggressive.
Yeah. That's how he was during BP as well. Pretty funky setup with the pitcher as well. He's all the way on the first base side of the rubber.
Like
Probably
all the way.
Yeah, like literally all the way. And that's got to create a little bit of deception, at least for the left-handed hitters.
Quickly 0-2.
Closed off there, yeah. I don't think you're not getting a good look at that coming out of his hand.
And sometimes it's all about deception. I know my dad Rube Sr. used to talk about deception all the time. If you can mess with the timing or mess with the ability for the hitter to see the baseball well, that's half the battle.
Line drive to left field. Williams puts a charge into this one. Ciani, nice catch over his right shoulder on the run. And so that will be it for here in the top of the 7th. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th. Game's still tied at 5.
So what are you thinking?
I'm thinking about our honeymoon. What about Africa? Safari. Hot air balloon ride. Swim with elephants.
Wait, can we afford a safari? Great question. Like everything, takes a little planning.
Or put the money towards a down payment.
On a ranch?
In Montana.
With horses?
Let's take a look at those scenarios.
JP Morgan Wealth Management has advisors in Chase branches and tools like Wealth Plan to help keep you on track. When you're planning for it all, the answer is JP Morgan Wealth Management.
Want your car's paint to look like this? Well, now it can with Cerakote's #1 selling rapid ceramic paint sealer. Seal and protect your paint with unbelievable gloss, shine, and slickness in less than 30 minutes. Simply spray it on and lightly buff it with the included microfiber towels. Look at the rich gloss with endless depth and mirror-like shine.
You can hear it. This side over here has clearly been treated, just rolls right off. This side, not so much.
This is very nice. And it took you how long to apply it? Like 10 minutes?
and then it just sets. Wow, and it looks much healthier too. That's very nice.
Look at the difference with Cerakote's true hydrophobic ceramic technology. Water just blows right off. The level of gloss and slickness is unbelievable. With over 40,000 5-star reviews, Cerakote is guaranteed to be the glossiest, slickest, and easiest to apply paint sealant you have ever used. Buy any of Cerakote's ceramic products for under $20 today.
Why pay too much for cable TV when it costs less for Fubo TV? Get all the channels you want with all the entertainment you love for the price that cable can't beat. Start watching at FuboTV.com.
Aaron Judge, Mr. 50-50 himself, Shohei Ohtani, Paul Skeens, the rookie phenom, Terry Skubal, the big lefty. 2024 was a season to remember. See which historic performances are recognized when BBWAA Awards kick off Monday, November 18th at 6 Eastern, exclusively on MLB Network. It was quite a season, wasn't it? And we just had so much crazy stuff happen this year.
Every year. But yeah, I mean, some unbelievable performances to choose from for those awards.
I know. Sammy Ciani back up there. In his fourth at bat here, he's got 2 singles under his name. This one hit down the left field line. Trey Morgan on his horse, a nice play, racing towards the left field line to retire Ciani for a quick first pitch out.
Yeah, his manager was talking about his instinct out there, but he had a tremendous read on this ball. He had tracked it very, very well. I thought this was going to be a line drive down the left field line. Morgan goes and tracks it down as if it was nothing.
Especially tailing away from him, that lefty tail down that left field line. Now Andrew Pintar swings at the first pitch. He sees it. This one is a hard hit line drive in the gap. One hops the left center field wall. And Pintar on second base. Good sweet short swing there from Pintar. Found a good pitch to hit and didn't wait.
And again, another really short swing from a good hitter. We saw him during BP today as well, and I was impressed by his stroke, line drive stroke up the middle, and he promptly puts it into play during this Fall Stars game, picks up his first double of the game.
Now Juan Baez take his first at bat, came in for Gino Groover at third base. Juan Baez, an interesting prospect. Not a huge guy from afar, but you get up close and he's built.
We were both saying he's built more than we've seen him impact the ball over the course of the fall, so it's not totally surprising. See if Pintar might be on the move here. It's been an aggressive day, and he's got plus speed.
Lazaro Estrada enters the game, not originally on these rosters. TJ Brock removed from the list. Estrada entered. Comes in here in the 7th, having a solid fall league himself so far, the Toronto Blue Jays prospect. Look at those numbers for Juan Baez. 324 average, a 932 OPS. And he's just hit since he's come over to the States. He hasn't stopped. 2-2 now.
Another teenager here. He's the 4th youngest player in the league. When he's healthy, and he had a shoulder injury during this year, you're right, he's produced wherever he's gone.
Doesn't notice that one there. Fastball right on the bottom of the zone. Baez can't pull the trigger. Estrada looking K here. And with 2 outs, that will bring up the young Leodalis DeVries.
Really good fastball here from Estrada, and I think that he thought it was down. There's a couple of pitches that Baez sort of didn't agree with the home plate umpire on, and it looked like strikes to me.
DeVries at the plate. He flew out to right field in his last at bat. Just got it off the end of the bat a little bit. We talked a little bit about that approach that he has, the mature approach. Not something you see in people his age very often. Doesn't chase, recognizes pitches well. Just really fun to watch.
Yeah, which is why it's like the overall numbers aren't great, but they didn't send him here to have him put up huge numbers. I think they wanted him to get a taste of the next level of competition after he more than held his own in full season ball for his professional debut. And typically a guy signs, in an international signing period, he'll go to the Dominican Summer League for a stop, and then the Complex League would be Arizona for the Padres for a stop, and then full season ball. So he jumped 2 levels to go straight to full season ball, and obviously this is what the Padres do or have done with him and Ethan Salas.
1-1. Popped up back behind home plate, 1-2.
Ruben, you were talking about, actually I think all 3 of us were talking about at different times. His hands are so quick. I mean, that gives me a lot of confidence that he's not going to have trouble as he moves up the ladder with premium stuff.
And the big thing with having quick hands is you can see the ball longer and make better swing decisions. When you can trust the quickness of your hands and your ability to get your barrel to the hitting zone, that's what having quick hands, the great advantage for having quick hands is.
Doesn't really chase, doesn't expand the zone often, and barely swings and misses. That combo of things for an 18-year-old in the Arizona Fall League is just so impressive, because these guys are nasty. I mean, that's a good back foot breaking ball right there that you're going to see a lot of guys chase. But DeVries, there wasn't even a hesitation, no check swing, nothing. 2-2, 2 outs, runner on second, and DeVries can't swing at that one. Breaking ball top of the zone. Didn't look like he necessarily agreed with it, but we will go to the 8th inning, 5-5 here in Mesa.
Delivering great customer service in the clutch is critical. Now, let's field some questions.
We can bundle both your boat and RV insurance.
I'm gonna turn this up a notch.
We can help protect your cars, home, boat, RV.
He's unflappable. Is the sun in your eyes?
That's right. We can bundle your car and home.
That's right. Even renter's insurance.
Night, Mark.
Excellent focus.
It's Kenny's birthday today.
He's help with special events like weddings.
Great job. Way to keep your eye on the... Ow, Glenn.
Sorry.
For savings and service, get more with Geico.
This is Poof, the fastest growing pet odor eliminator in the world. Oh. It's safe for people, pets, and the planet. Powerful enough to eliminate the stink from any organic odor. Yet it's safe enough to use on pet toys, their beds, even on them. So why waste money on any product that doesn't totally eliminate the stink? There's only one Poof, available online and at these stores. If it's not Poof, it stinks.
To truly embrace the fine life, you must learn to let go. Bienvenidos a la vida más fina.
Did we really just have that season? No, seriously.
Another historic chapter!
Turio went 2020, while Witt went 30-30 again. And we all know what this guy did.
Shohei Ohtani starts the 50-50 club!
58 homers, rookie record for ERA, Triple Crown winner, the other Triple Crown winner. Not bad, huh? Awards Week honors those who made this season historic. Starting November 18th on MLB Network.
2 balls and no strikes to Acuna, who, Jonathan, very well could be on the opening day roster in Atlanta in 2018.
Yeah, I think the only reason not to might be just to hold him back a little bit. He's still exceedingly young. He didn't play that much in AAA. But he has shown at every level that he makes quick adjustments. He's a good hitter. He's got power. He's got plus speed. He is the entire package. For me, he's got superstar written all over him as much as anybody in this game tonight.
Jonathan, that was a great scouting report, but I got to be honest, maybe the easiest.
I really went out on a limb on that guy.
Still, though, you never know when they're going to be able to get it translated into the major leagues.
Well, that was coming after that year that he went from being in utero to AAA in 1 year.
I played him in AAA when he first came up.
Yeah.
He was 19, and we were all just like, oh my gosh, he's amazing. Luis May enters the game, and Trey Morgan finds himself a knock down the left field line. Luis May, who has been nigh unhittable in the Fall League, gives up his first hit so far here in the AFL.
Literally unhittable up until this point.
Yeah, Morgan gets a fastball on the inside part of the plate, and he stays right through it and flips it out to left field. I mean, That's a good job of bringing your hands inside the ball and be able to get your barrel to the ball on a pitch that basically beat him. Nice piece of hitting.
And by the way, we don't have the official numbers, but also remember that's upper 90. I mean, we're talking 99.
Yeah, it was 99 on the scoreboard gun here, 97 here, and he's been triple digits for a lot of the fall with sink and a really, really good slider.
Morgan on second. This one misses low and away. And, you know, I know we had this conversation yesterday, but for me, I mean, I see Raisel Iglesias. That immediately, for me, the way he delivers the ball, the way he's kind of just coming at you with all of his limbs flying all over the place, just got to be hard to pick up, and it's 100.
Well, he's got great movement with the pitches, and really it's not necessarily about the velocity, but the life. You can tell, and the hitters will let you know when the ball gets in the hitting zone. It's sort of exploding every time through the zone, whether it's a sinker or a four-seamer.
Yeah, he's never been hit, and he's missed a ton of bats wherever he's been. What he's not done until this fall is thrown strikes, and this is a year that he is eligible to either be protected on the 40-man roster or be exposed to the Rule 5 draft. Suffice it to say, after this fall, he's going to get added to the Reds 40-man roster, and it wouldn't surprise me if you saw him in the big leagues if what he's done this fall in terms of his control continues for a lengthier period of time. Because the stuff it's back end, high leverage inning kind of stuff. He just needs to find the zone. And Ruben, you know, with these short relievers, he doesn't need to command the baseball great, but he's got to throw strikes.
Yeah, he's going to have to throw enough strikes to make the hitter jittery enough to take a pass at it.
Right.
And I think and that's where those guys in the ninth inning have a lot more success sometimes. Some of those guys don't have as great a command as some of the guys that have to pitch in the eighth, because the intensity is totally different in that ninth inning as far as the hitters are concerned. Their anxiety is much higher. They're more apt to swing at pitches out of the zone.
See, that's 6 saves here in the fall league, which is a very high percentage of the Glendale Desert Dogs wins. It's pitched right by Max Acosta. It's 0-1.
And it's rare for a guy to settle in as a closer in the fall league, but it's the most saves since back in 2015 when there was another reliever who was sent here. Team needed to figure out whether or not they wanted to put him on the 40-man roster. And that was Carlos Estevez. And the Rockies put him on the 40-man roster, and he's gone on to be an all-star closer.
This one clips the outside corner. It's 0-2. 100.
There's our triple digits.
And I don't know the exact number, but there has been nobody else in the fall league that has hit 100 this season other than Luis May. So I think he's got the top like 25 pitches velocity-wise so far this league. Andrew Painter got close. It's been good to see him with that high velocity coming back. So 0-2, runners on first and second. That's way outside. It's 1-2.
And the only thing I see in his delivery, Jonathan and Steve, that may take him off his line is that he spins off to first base a little bit, but nothing really major that doesn't look like he cannot fix some of these issues that he has with his command.
99 at the knees. Yeah, I mean, it's just nasty. And I talked to him after one of his saves, and the command issues, there's nothing physical. So I think he's always going to be one of these guys that may spin off a little bit as long as he stays in control. It's always just been a mental thing where things would snowball for him. And there's been a couple of outings this fall where he gets behind or he walks a guy or two, and in the past that would have unraveled on him, and it hasn't here.
Arroyo across the infield and called out at first base as well. A double play turn there.
Pitcher's best friend.
Yeah, there you go. Arroyo to Troy and over first base to Messenger. And I tell you what, that's what the sinker's there for. Yes, he's got the velo. Yes, he's got the strikeout, but the double play ball.
Liberty Mutual customized my car insurance, so I saved hundreds. But the money I saved, thought I'd get a wax figure myself. Oh, Right in the temporal lobe. Beat it, punks! Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Did you get the Duracell batteries?
What's it matter? Batteries are all the same. Incorrect. Only Duracell is built different, with Power Boost ingredients inside. Power Boost ingredients are a unique blend of nickel and lithium. No other batteries have them. Power Boost.
Marines are made for this. Made for the calling only warriors can answer. Made from an unshakable belief in our nation and a strength that comes from the determination to win together. But you'll have to earn your place among us, because you don't join the Marines. You become one.
The 3 for Me, only at Chili's, is now available with the all-new Big Smasher Burger, piled up high with nearly half a pound of beef. Or you could settle for just some other burger at a drive-thru. Anyway, gonna need some room, because the 3 for Me still fills up the table with the bottomless drink, all the famous Chili's chips and salsa you can eat, and is still the best deal around at just $10.99. See you later, tiny drive-thru burger. This Chili's 3 for Me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
Oh, what a good time we will have. You can make it happen again.
Voltaren, for long-lasting arthritis pain relief.
Bottom of the 8th inning, Jack Noble enters the game. Take a look at that double play turned smoothly by Arroyo and Troy. Crossover there at first, but sure looked like our buddy Pinto may have been safe there at first. Good to see him busting out of the box no matter what.
No, he was hustling. There's no question about it. I do think he probably would have beat this, but no challenges here at the Fall Stars game.
No.
Oh, but Ruben,
let's move it forward.
We had check swing challenges here in the Fall League.
And how'd that go? How did that go?
Very new.
It's been interesting. You know, one of the things that's great about the league is that this is a laboratory, and Major League Baseball will experiment with all kinds of things here. The pitch clock was experimented.
Yes.
There was the ABS challenge, which balls and strikes, which we now see in a lot of minor league ballparks, was first tried out here.
Pitch clock first tried out here as well.
Yeah.
This ball's lined out to center field by Zaire Hope, but it's caught. And a quick first out for Jack Noble will bring up the top of the lineup. And Edwin Arroyo, that pitch clock, for me personally, I got to play with it for 1 year, and I loved it. I think it is the best adjustment that's been made to baseball.
Were you a quick worker anyway, so it worked that well? You didn't have to change your game. But I mean, I agree with you. I think it's been a good addition to the game overall. And the check swing challenge, Ruben, it's got a ways to come. They're going to have to play with what angle is going to count as a swing, not a swing. But this is the time to try it out and see how it works. Not only from a technology standpoint, but from a strategy standpoint, because you have to pick and choose. You don't get endless amounts of challenges. I think hitters here have learned, because it's a pretty aggressive placement for it to be considered a swing. So especially if it's a strike 3, you might as well challenge it, and you've seen players kind of pick the right times to do it.
And this is my first time really becoming acquainted with the ABS challenge system, as Edwin Arroyo comes up to the plate. He had that line drive up the middle his last time up, stole second base as well. And I love the challenge system. This ball is this one not hit nearly as hard, but a second single up the middle for Edwin Arroyo. And Ruben, I know you love just staying up the middle of the field.
Yeah, I mean, that's where all the hits are. I mean, all the hits are in the middle of the field, and there's no question. Just ask Luis Arias where all the hits are. I mean, he'll utilize the entire field, but most of his hits are through the middle of the field, and a couple of really good at-bats. Again, he was beaten on this pitch, but he stays through it, keeps his hands inside it enough to punch it out to center.
Now Giovanni Plancard comes up to the plate, takes first pitch strike in there. Plancard, interesting story, because known as a defensive first catcher, and he came out to the Fall League and he's just been tearing the cover off the ball.
It's really the first time in his career that he's had any kind of prolonged offensive success. And listen, if he starts to hit, then we have an interesting guy on our hands, for the Pirates, because the catch and throw and the receiving are going to work.
There's a hard hit ball. A nice diving stop by Durbin across the infield. Picked by Peyton Williams over at first. Nice play on both sides there. That is not Durbin over at that is Durbin. This is so confusing. They switched positions there. Nice play by Durbin. Peyton Williams, awesome pick over at first.
Yeah, this is a great hookup. I mean, tremendous pick on both ends. Durbin making that play, and then Williams stretching out and picking it in almost a no-pick zone. Nice play by both.
Had the presence of mind to realize that he could not get the runner at second and still could adjust and get enough on the throw, and knowing the plant cart, the catcher doesn't run super well.
So we're going to have another pitching change here, and we will be back in a minute when we find out exactly who that is. 5-5 game here, bottom of the 8th.
Oh no, my favorite shirt.
Oh, you should use OxyClean.
I just gave really good advice about laundry.
Not just detergent?
If you really want it clean, add OxyClean.
Am I an adult?
It's not clean unless it's OxyClean. Use an every load.
One of these lunches has a peanut lover's favorites. The other has a sunflower butter you packed for your son. You do your best to help them avoid food allergens, but accidents can still happen. Xolair is an FDA-approved injection proven to significantly reduce allergic reactions from accidental food exposures. Taken once or twice a month, it focuses on the source of food allergy reactions. For adults and children as young as 1, Xolair is effective in reducing allergic reactions to a single or multiple foods.
Don't use if you are allergic to Xolair. Xolair may cause a severe life-threatening allergic reaction called anaphylaxis. Tell your doctor if you ever had anaphylaxis. Get help right away if you have trouble breathing or if you have swelling of your throat or tongue. Xolair should not be used for the emergency treatment of allergic reactions, including anaphylaxis. Xolair is for maintenance use to reduce allergic reactions, including anaphylaxis, while avoiding food allergens. Serious side effects such as cancer, fever, muscle aches and rash, parasitic infection, or heart and circulation problems have been reported.
Help reduce your child's food allergy reactions if an accident happens. Ask an allergist about Xolair.
Customize and save with Liberty Mutual. Customize and save!
And then I wake up.
Is Limu with you in all your dreams?
Oh, yeah. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Soft drinks are just $1 at Wendy's. Any size, any time. 3 p.m. Dollar Fanta. 10 p.m. Sprite. 7:46 a.m. Coke. You're so free. Dollar soft drinks, any size, gotta be Wendy's.
I talked with Andy Haynes today, the manager of the Salt River team, the East Division squad as well. And I said, was I on to anything that he kind of sets up a little bit like Giancarlo Stanton? And he said, yes, I said that yesterday. So I asked Aaron Judge, I said, do you model yourself after him at all? And he said no, because there were some comps to also just his mannerisms, the way that he carries himself. And he said maybe that's just how giant guys set up.
Overwhelmingly big, pure right field profile. Let's see him play center field. He's done pretty well out there.
He's the biggest human being on the planet out there.
Yeah, absolutely massive.
It's amazing. I do believe that he really is a right fielder. I'm not sure. I know he's played center field, but I think the Yankees are a better team overall when he's in right field. He's an outstanding right fielder.
The comp in terms of Stanton and seeing the two of them in that same lineup together has been kind of crazy.
Carlos LaGrange enters the game.
Speaking of large men.
Yeah, he's a huge boy too. 6'7", 195, swing and miss.
When he first walked onto the mound, he reminded me of Ramiro Mendoza, but actually a little taller than Ramiro Mendoza, and he throws a lot harder.
Because I don't think Ramiro Mendoza ever had upper 90s, 100 miles an hour. He's got a good slider, too.
Has a very strange stat line in the fall league so far. He's 2-0 in 6 2/3 innings, not giving up any runs. But he has had a huge problem with control, and as if on command, nails Tommy Troy there. That can't feel good. But 6.2 innings, he has 8 strikeouts, he has 12 walks, and that's just hard to sustain.
No question about it. Obviously a misfire here, and that he got him right in his lat right there, and thank goodness, because that was coming in hot. Maybe his shoulders.
Dead arm? It just makes me think of my brother punching me in the arm as a kid.
At 98 miles an hour?
Yeah, hit a very fast right hook. Skylar Messinger coming up to the plate. 1st and 2nd, 2 outs. Bottom of the 8th, tie game We will not play any extra innings tonight, just in case there's any concern or question about that.
But we will play 9 full.
9
regardless
full.
of what the score is.
Correct.
So everyone gets their inning and their at bats.
Nice pitch there on the inside corner. It's 1-1.
Got to be a little uncomfortable for Skylar Messenger in there after seeing that last at bat. Getting plunked doesn't make me feel real comfortable as a right-handed hitter.
Swing and a miss, that fastball way up and in. You know, and that's what you're gonna get if you're LaGrange and you're all over the place at times. As a hitter, you're almost playing self-defense.
There's a lot of raw ingredients, so size and the velo. I mean, the Yankees signed him for $10,000 back in 2022, so he's still just figuring things out.
$10,000. That's a pretty good investment.
Yeah.
Take a look at Skylar Messenger's scouting report. He's been improving offensively. But can show some power. Pretty aggressive at the plate. This one off the corner. 2-2. And LaGrange, I mean, he's kind of the extreme version of what we were talking about earlier. You know, when you're long-limbed and you have to figure out your delivery consistency, it's just going to be hard to repeat. Fastball above the zone. Messenger can't keep up. Goes down swinging. It is a tie game, 5-5, as we head to the 9th inning. Right here on MLB Network.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and get access to over 1,300 airport lounges. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
5% cash back on whatever category I choose every single month? And even more when I shop online? Yes, Cindy, I got extra lettuce. And yes, Jasper, you're gonna have to carry it. Things have been real weird ever since you two hooked up. Don't just pay, PayPal.
Power through the holidays with Energizer Ultimate Lithium, the #1 longest-lasting AA battery.
The Black Friday sales event is here, and your local Ford dealer is holiday ready. Get $3,000 cash back on Ford Bronco and $6,000 on Expedition. Don't miss 3.9 for $60, plus $10,130 in total savings on Ford F-150.
Hey, Flo. Cool leg warmers.
Thanks. They're just for the bus ride to work. They're not part of the official uniform.
No tunes today?
No. My apartment was robbed last night. Took my cable-ready TV, VCR, portable cassette player.
Yep, all the latest tech.
If only Progressive had renter's insurance, like their home insurance.
Then we could bundle our cars and get the same 24/7 protection. I think we just invented that. This is the best day ever.
Well, I still got robbed.
It's still a pretty good day.
The Black Friday sales event is here, and your local Ford dealer is holiday ready. Get $3,000 cash back on Ford Bronco and $6,000 on Expedition. Don't miss 3.9 for $60, plus $10,130 in total savings on Ford F-150.
Welcome back to the 2024 Arizona Fall League Fall Stars game. Alongside MLB Pipeline's Jonathan Mayo and Ruben Amaro Jr., I am Stephen Brault. We're having a great time as we head into the 9th inning in a tie ball game. And it is kind of getting chilly out here as the night has turned into later night. And Griff McGarry, the Phillies prospect, who has crazy stuff, but also did walk more than a hitter per inning during the season this year, comes into the game to face Denzel Clark.
Yeah, the Phillies, obviously one of the big prospects for them, and they've just been waiting for him to be able to figure out his overall command. It's just, it's always been about, never been about the stuff, but always about the command. And at some point, he's going to have to get over that hump. They got to make a decision on this guy, whether he's going to be Rule 5 protected or not. And, you know, I think that's one of the reasons why he's here in the AFL, so that they can make that assessment.
Well, they moved him to the bullpen this year during the regular season. He's made some starts out here, I think, just to get more innings.
Chopped at third. Baez, a nice play across the infield to get to Speedy Clark.
And, you know, with the hope that, all right, you don't have to worry about the command as much in shorter stints. You can just let that power stuff fly. and his command kind of regressed. So I mean, I think his only chance in the big leagues is going to be as a reliever. You didn't want to give up on the starting because he'd be deep into games and he's still mid to upper 90s. And if you can maintain that fastball velocity, you want to give that every opportunity. And he's got a full complement of secondary pitches, but the strike throwing just wasn't even close enough. So I think they were hoping that coming here, he could kind of figure some things out and help them make that roster decision.
So far is doing well in the fall league, but like you said, still has that more walks than innings pitched here in the fall league. And look, this is just from my perspective, but I think maybe moving him to the bullpen and reducing his pitch selection, maybe choosing 2, maybe 3 pitches that he feels the most comfortable with and focusing on getting those in would be beneficial for him.
I think there's no question about that. I mean, he's got a 5-pitch arsenal. If he cuts it down to 2 or 3 that he's throwing more consistently and being able to command, that I think he's got a much better chance.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, he could just go fastball slider, and that's plenty. And if he wants to use a changeup against the left-handed hitter occasionally, that's fine. But we've seen plenty of guys come out of the bullpen in the big leagues with 2 power pitches and have really long, successful careers.
2-2 now on Tyrone Lorenzo. That's way inside. 3-2. Lorenzo, another one of these prospects in the Detroit system that if you're the Tigers, you're looking forward to seeing what this guy can do as he produces more and more as he moves up the system.
This is going to end up being a very good trade for the Detroit Tigers, I think. I know Jack Flaherty helped the Dodgers, make it to the World Series and win, but they got Lorenzo in return, and really strong first impression. Talking switch hitter, he's got pop, can hit to all fields. The catch and throw is ridiculous. My first day here, these guys were just talking about, it is very, very impressive. The rest of the receiving is coming very nicely.
Oh my, that ball is hitting to orbit. A bomb for Tyrone Lorenzo, in the American League has a 6-5 lead here in the 9th. Talk about that power. That ball was crushed.
You are not kidding, Steve, bro. This ball is hammered. It's about as aggressive a swing as we've seen all day long. And he had full contact. He hit every side with this baseball.
Yeah, there's no question about that one. Right fielder barely moved because he didn't have to. As you take another look,
this ball's so high. Ooh,
that's a major league bat flip right there.
Slow toss.
Yeah.
Nothing too crazy.
No, not too crazy. But he knew it was gone.
I mean, that's a 96, 97 mile an hour fastball.
And he turned on it. That was a thwack.
That sure was a thwack.
Hard hit ball here by Garrett Martin. And Garrett got himself a knock as well. He showed off the power last night, so tonight he'll just take the single. And Brooks Brandon will come up to the plate for his second at bat since he came in the game.
112 miles an hour off the bat.
Oof.
437 feet.
A lot of thunder there.
I just love the angle of it. That was a pure home run. And that's going to be it for Griff McGarry. We will be back in a minute. AL leads it 6-5 here in the Fall Stars game.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and get access to over 1,300 airport lounges. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Liberty Mutual customized my car insurance, so I saved hundreds. With the money I saved, I thought I'd get a wax figure of myself. Cool, right? Look at the craftsmanship. I mean, I even got my nostrils right. It's just nice to know, years after I'm gone, this guy will be standing the test of time. He's melting. Oh, geez. No. Okay. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
We all know that we'll eventually need a will. Eventually. How about right now? Trust and Will has taken the process of creating your will and made it easy, like while you're lounging on the couch, easy. Trust and Will is designed by attorneys, but customized by you, one question at a time. All documents are state-specific, legally valid, and start at just $199. That's not a typo. Find the plan that's right for you at trustandwill.com.
We're not going to win a game all season.
Yeah, but at least we're not going to lose a tailgate all season.
How do you lose a tailgate?
You don't?
Yes, that energy. Undefeated.
We literally can't lose.
To an undefeated season.
Undefeated season.
I take caring for my kitty very seriously. When I found a health monitoring kitty litter, I had to meet the creator.
Oh, hi, kitten.
Please call me Martha. This litter seriously stops odors and it changes colors.
Go to prettylitter.com.
Nobody hates tie ball games more than Tyrone Lorenzo. Look at
Nicely
this ball.
done.
Ooh.
I mean, he get every bit of it. Full extension, threw his hands to it, beat that fastball to its spot, and crushed it out of the ballpark. What was it, 437 feet?
Yeah. That is a pretty left-handed swing right there. 21 years old.
What's great is that he is known for hitting better right-handed. The power is shown through more from the right side. And so to see that, I mean, that's just really nice.
Yeah.
So Brooks Brannon now at the plate. Look at that power from the pull side. They like that he's pulling the ball. They like the ability that he has to get the ball in the air to the pull side. Because if you can do that, please do it as often as you can.
Right. That's good. That's going to play wherever you are.
Yeah, I mean, and especially if he can actually catch. I mean, if he can catch and have that kind of power.
Yep.
The sky's the limit.
There goes Martin. Brandon fouls it off. So Martin will have to return back to first base. Not a guy who steals many bases, so you can tell he's kind of bummed. He wanted that one.
Yeah, he sure did. He got a great jump. There's no question. There's no way he was going to be thrown out.
Isaac Gallegos, the new pitcher for the National League, Rays organization. Look at that. Another guy, 11 walks, 8 2/3 innings. Good slider there, and it's 1-2 on Brannon.
That's his bread and butter pitch right there, is the slider. Leans on it very heavily.
1-2. Good slider there. Brannon down on the swing. Strikeout for Gallegos upon entering the game. And there are 2 outs with Peyton Williams coming up to the plate. Williams had laser beam last time up. Look at that. It's good tilt on that slider.
Yeah, really nice, tight, 2-plane slider. You're all over that, Jonathan Mayo. You know your stuff, pal.
Every once in a while.
This ball is hammered, but very, very high. In comes the center fielder, Pintar, way in, and he makes the catch. So Tyrone Lorenzo says, I want to win this one. It's 6-5 now. We go to the bottom of the ninth. The National League trailing by 1.
Feel the power of Osteo Biflex. Taken every day, it's clinically shown to improve joint comfort in 7 days with significant improvement over time.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please.
I just wanted to remind you that Geico makes it easy to bundle your home and car insurance. In fact, it's so easy. It reminds me of a joke my mate told me. Now, a knuckleballer and a catcher walk into a bullpen, and a knuckleballer turns to the catcher. Get it? Wow, they really like that one.
It's easy to Geico, official partner of Major League Baseball.
Pet owners know the struggle. Your best bud can track all sorts of gunk indoors. Now there's a simple solution that won't have you pulling out the mop and bucket. It's Muddy Mat, the anti-mud mat that keeps your dog's paws clean before they make a mess inside. Muddy Mat uses thousands of advanced ultra-soft microfibers that are 5 times more absorbent than ordinary floor mats, trapping dirt and water, protecting your floors. The durable super grip underside won't move or slip. Use Muddy Mat under your pet's food dish, in the bathroom, even catch spills in the kitchen. And it's machine washable. Reduce the mess caused by your pet easily. Call or go online to order your revolutionary Muddy Mat right away. Through this exclusive introductory offer, we're giving a massive discount. See how you can get one Muddy Mat completely free. Order 2 and get 1 free for only $24.95 each. Buy 2 Muddy Mats and get 1 free for only $24.95 each.
Catch live November baseball on MLB Network with the Arizona Fall League Championship game. Watch baseball's hottest prospects duel for the Desert Crown next Saturday at 8 Eastern on MLB Network. I had the pleasure of watching a lot of these Fall League games this season. Some great action. And here tonight as well. Look at this score. Such a close game as we go to the bottom of the ninth. 6 runs on 9 hits and an error for the American League. 5 runs on also 9 hits and no errors for the National League. And Mark Church enters the game. First pitch to Ciani is in there for strike 1. Mark Church bothered by a strained rotator cuff, so he threw only 30 combined innings this season, but the athleticism, the arm speed, his fastball just plays up even better than the mid-90s that he sits at. There's another one there. 2 swings and a misses on the fastball. It's 0-2.
Yeah, obviously a whole lot of life on that fastball in the zone.
I just love seeing guys that are kind of just over the top and just ripping that fastball down. You can see the way it just carries through.
Now, when he's on, it's an interesting profile with that fastball, and we'll see if we see the slider here.
0-2 on Ciani. Changeup. It's 1-2. Ciani 2 hits on the day. It's kind of his norm here in the Fall League. That one way outside, 2-2. Signed in the 18th round out of North Atlanta High School in Georgia. 2019 was Mark Church. This is there, so 0-2 to 3-2. And you don't want to walk the leadoff runner here in a 1-run game in the bottom of the ninth. The 3-2. That one catches the corner, and Ciani can't pull the trigger. He goes down looking for the first out here in the bottom of the ninth.
Yeah, it looks like a backdoor slider. Kind of an interesting choice of pitches, but looked like it may have caught the upper part of this strike zone. But I doubt it.
I mean, I'm begging for it.
He'll take it. He'll take it.
Adrien Pinto now at the plate. He had that double last time up, and same thing here. Gets a first pitch he likes. Gets himself a base hit up the middle. He's got 2 hits.
I like when I make mental notes about certain hitters and during BP and how they approach it, because last year during the Arizona Fall League All-Star game, the Fall Star game, looked like everybody was trying to launch the ball out of the ballpark. These guys had like a really good approach. A lot of these guys are just driving the ball up the middle, not trying to do too much, and it looks like there's a different trend going on now in baseball, and I hope that's something that's here to stay.
Juan Baez at the plate. He takes the first pitch in the outside corner. Doesn't agree with it.
So if you're trying to win this game, I mean, Pintar's got plus speed, but you've got Lorenzo's arm behind the plate.
Take a chance.
Wow, he's got a nice lead there, I think.
Baez waits. Pintar does not go. One of my favorite phrases from a dugout. When you almost get hit, just get out of the way. The "we got ice." It always works. Look at that. Everybody's standing up. Might be partially because they're all pretty cold.
Cold, yeah.
Swung on and missed.
There's the slider. But to your point, Ruben, I mean, Pintar, it's like there's not a lot of extra movement in the box, right? You know, not a lot of excess. Just simple, straight to the ball.
Baez hits it hard, a diving attempt at first base by Peyton Williams, but he can't make the catch, and they're going to have Pintar run up at second base. A good heads-up play there by Adrien Pinto to see that opportunity at second, but Andrew Pintar just gets hung up in the middle there.
I think he thought it had gone through because the way he was running was take a look at the replay here. Squirts by Williams, and I think he thought it was in the right field, didn't realize that Pinto was there, so he was thinking, I'm going first to third on this.
Yeah, and that's one of those situations where Pintar has to pick up the third base coach to make sure, and unfortunately he did not.
So now 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th, National League trailing by 1 run, and it all comes down to the 18-year-old prospect of the Padres system, Leodalis DeVries. Baez on first. DeVries in an 0-1 count. Now it's 1-1. This is kind of a really fun situation to have found ourselves in here at the end of the game.
One of the best prospects here in the Fall League, certainly with as much upside as anybody, with the game on the line.
Swing and a miss. Good pitch there on the low and outside corner from Church.
He tried to finish the game right there with that swing.
Yeah, he did. He's sensing it.
Why not?
AL scored 5 runs in the second, the NL 1 in the first, 3 in the third, and 1 in the 7th. Bottom of the 9th. That one catches the corner, and Mark Church gets the save here in the bottom of the 9th as Leodalis DeVries can't pull the trigger. And the National League ends up losing by a score of 6-5. Tyrone Lorenzo with the big home run to take the lead for the American League. And such a fun game here today. A lot of talent shown.
No, it really was as we take a look at the final out of this game right here.
And a pretty nasty backdoor breaking ball that almost a straight downer. And it freezes DeVries, and Church ends it.
Yeah, and you know, sometimes these games you don't know what you're going to get. You know you're going to see a lot of talent. You might see some individual flashes. This was just one heck of a fun ball game. You know, a lot of action. You know, some timely hitting, some good approaches, a lot of base running, some good pitching. We checked off a lot of boxes here.
We did. We got to see a lot of good fundamental baseball. I think what Ruben talked about is such a great point. A lot of guys just worrying about the middle of the field, finding grass, and that's just a lot of fun to watch. Good fundamental baseball, some good defense as well.
Yeah.
And you know what? I think we have a pretty obvious MVP here with Tyrone Lorenzo in a 6-5 game here in the 9th inning. Tie ball game, gets a fastball right down the middle and absolutely crushes it.
Man, he demolishes this pitch, and he knew it right off the bat, and as we all did, it sounded awfully loud and pretty impressive from the switch hitting catcher.
I want to make that my ringtone, that sound.
Oh.
Can I do that?
It might wake you up,
yes,
no matter what time it is or where you are. But man, a lot of fun. Look, this is the kind of baseball you want to see here in the Fall League. You want to see that kind of intensity and see a guy like Tyrone Lorenzo coming in the game late, getting his one at bat and just taking advantage of it in such a big way.
You know, you don't want to take too much out of one performance or one game, but one thing that I know that teams will want to watch is how players react to, you know, the brighter lights, national TV, whatever it is, and in that situation, and you know, to your point, Lorenzo did not miss the opportunity to stand out.
And then also, you know, it's one of those situations where you hope that trade actually works out for both teams. Sometimes it does. And, you know, Flaherty obviously going to the Dodgers, ends up winning the World Series. This kid coming over here, and he may end up being a big prospect for the Detroit Tigers.
Well, that's going to do it for our coverage of the 2024 Arizona Fall League Fall Stars game from Mesa, Arizona. Coming up next on MLB Network, you'll see action from the first ever Clash of Giants tournament from Lone Depot Park in Miami. What a fun game here tonight. So much back and forth. 5 runs in the second by the AL. But that Clash of Giants tournament from Lone Depot Park in Miami coming up next for Ruben Amaro Jr., Jonathan Mayo, and our entire crew here at MLB Network. I'm Stephen Brault, wishing you a good night from Mesa, Arizona, and we'll see you next Saturday for the Arizona Fall League Championship here on MLB Network.